Snake.
Now open your mind to me, please. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind.
Oh God, here it comes! Oh, hot, 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 hot! Hot, 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 hot! Hot, hot, hot! Mr. Marsh, we apologize, and if it's okay with you, we would like to present you your long overdue trophy.
Mag.
The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information. Real fucking high on drugs.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Saturday night Modern Comic Mayhem here on Beyond Wednesdays. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about tonight. We've got a little bit of SDCC news. We've got FOC. We've got a very interesting comic drama alert that I'm still trying to put together, and we'll see if that happens. But Hood, show them your new mic. Check out this new mic that Hood got. It's the Shure J. Scott Campbell edition. Look at that. It's pretty slick, bro. Nice upgrade. James, what is the temperature over there with, what do you think it is over there right now? Like the high?
Muted.
Oh,
are we still muted?
You good? Give me that again.
I think it's like 30 degrees here, so I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Probably like 70 something. I mean, that's hot for us.
Yeah, I hear that. I was telling Hood before the show, it was like 115, 100 to 117 in some places. Felt like it was the earth was on fire the other day.
You know, like it's going to come to the point where the news comes out. Yeah, I'm over here on 3rd Avenue. I just saw somebody melt. They literally melted.
All right.
Right? That's just like, instead of people like just like dying of heat, they just fucking melt like fucking butter.
Just cease to
All right, let me get everything going here. I got to figure this out. James was asking me if, about OBS before the show, and I feel like it causes more problems than it should. Or I'm just really bad at it. You know what I mean? It's a pain in the ass sometimes. That session was ridiculous, and shout out to everybody that joined in. It was excellent. Brad says, if you fall on the street in Phoenix, you get burnt. Yep.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah. My parents just got a new puppy, and they can't take him on a walk even at night because
how hot it is.
Oh yeah, you gotta give him little booties, dude. Like, for my Yorkie, man.
Yeah. Big shout out to our boy Nate's wife, Anna, who is our local Labubu expert. She's been sending me messages about, what to look for and make sure not to, get the fakes. And Nate won't be here tonight. He is out on her birthday night. So happy birthday to Miss Anna. Thank you for the Labubu tips.
Those Labubus, like my wife and daughter, are like after them, and they're like, my daughter Maisie, she's like, oh, Bella at school has got like six Labubus, but like their heads spin. They're not real. Like she hasn't got real ones. Like it's crazy. Like,
yeah, I think it's interesting how these collecting things catch on.
Yeah,
they go wild. I remember
out
back
of
in the
nowhere
day.
as well.
Yeah, out of nowhere. You're right. Out of nowhere. I remember back in
Like
the
I
day.
just thought, well, hey, I just saw something like on Instagram where like these like cholo dudes are like have them clipped to their belt.
Oh,
And like, hey, vato, that's not real. It's that like he goes, this is real. My little boo boo's real, vato. He goes, nah, man, nah, that's not real. Take that shit off, vato. And I'm just like, what the fuck is a Labubu?
yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
What's going on here? I felt like, did I miss something? Like guys are carrying little stuffed animals around now. Like, what is that? It's chic now. Like, so
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
Yeah.
figure it out, whenever what the whole point of it is.
Yeah, someone said they're like the equivalent of the Beanie Babies. Like that craze back in the 90s.
Cabbage Patch Kids back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Right.
What's insane is that the pop, is it Pop Mart, is it where you can get them from? The local Pop Mart to us in Birmingham in the UK. People leave reviews and they're like, oh, like I waited 3 hours in line and didn't even get a Labubu or whatever, like stuff like that. And this one person has put your staff are scalpers. I've hit like put screenshots of like a photo of their staff and their like whatnot or Vinted page with them selling the stock for like ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. They've upped their prices a bunch. Here we go. Shout out to Comics and Sneakers, another one of your UK brethren over there. He says, my nieces are collecting them. I've told them to buy 2, keep 1, and sell the other. Smart man. Smart kids if they take your advice.
Yeah, that's if you can get hold of them.
Yeah, right. They could be like Furbies, but you never know, man. You never know. So, yeah, Matt says, can I self-promote a comic here? Of course, brother. What's the name of your comic? Drop the name of your comic in the link and tell us what it's about, or in the name of your comic in the chat and tell us what it's about. So, James, are you into collecting cards at all, even TCG or anything like that?
Yeah, so I collect like 90s Marvel cards and Pokemon cards from back in the day. But I'm aware of the Final Fantasy Magic of the Gathering that's come out.
Yeah,
that's really like a card sold for like $40,000, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. They have those Final Fantasy packs. There is actually a Magic convention going on right now in Vegas. Clutch is double timing it at Vegas. He's got the Magic convention and the Las Vegas Comic Con going on right at the same time. So there's a lot of people. I saw. Here's the thing to me. As soon as I started seeing this, I knew it was a different level. When you started seeing like professional sports players collecting not only like their sports cards or other sports cards, or collecting Pokemon and Magic cards, there's this basketball player that's doing like little things on IG from the Magic convention, talking about all these packs. But at the same time, right now, it's the Fanatics Fest, right? Probably the biggest card convention next to the National is going on right now. And there is this guy I follow on IG that he's a high roller collector, and he shows the baddest cards. Look at what he got. This is day 2 for him at Fanatics Fest. This is crazy. He's got a LeBron limited logos. It looks like maybe his rookie year, or his young year, 2007, second year LeBron. He's just showing off his cards. And the card collecting world has gone so heavy over the last 5 years, maybe about 5 years, to like this high-end short print game on these 90 era cards. Hold on, let me show you guys this. So this is the guy right here. Here's the...
So this is the basketball player.
This is the guy collecting, and these are the cards. These cards are worth a lot of money. A lot of money. And this is his day 2 at the Fanatics Fest. But,
so that's a LeBron signature, is it?
Yeah, yeah. Hood, James, you probably are going to have no idea about this stuff, but I wanted to show Hood this stuff because this is all stuff from when, like, I remember collecting still.
Mm-hmm.
These were the, and it wasn't as big a deal back then to get these low print cards as it is today. But these are from like the early 2000s and the 90s era cards that was considered like the trash era. It was considered the garbage era. And now they are the most collectible cards in the game. So it just goes to show that you never know what's going to end up being collectible. I mean, these are crazy. He's like Sean Dawkins, like no names. These are super rare cards, numbered to 50.
Yeah.
You know, so it kind of makes me wonder, is there life for what we're saying we're tired of right now in the variant game, right? And is there low print run variants from the variant age, the retailer variant age? I'm not talking about ratio variants. I'm talking about retailer variants. Is there low print run retailer variants out there that are like diamonds in the rough that we don't know about? And the answer is yes. Big time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's that list? I want that list. Content creators, that's the list I want. Get us that list. You know, that's the crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think with those Magic cards, because there's in October, the Spider-Man ones are coming out, the Marvel ones? Think it'd be good to pre-order them?
They're expensive. I think somebody was saying, I forget who it was the other night, was saying they tried to grab a couple boxes and they couldn't get any. The top chrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are pretty
I think with
crazy.
the Magic cards, aren't there like a collector's pack and then like a normal play booster, and the difference between the collector's pack are the more expensive ones, aren't there?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They have the hobby and the different levels of them. Let's see if I can bring these up. There was they're already talking about the one of ones and stuff.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, I think it wasn't like a golden chocobo or something the other day that sold for 40,000. It's found in the UK, I think.
That's the Final Fantasy one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see here. I'm trying to find something cool about these, but they don't really have anything for them. Here we go. What's this? Oh, wow. They already have Sapphire available.
Wow.
Look at how beautiful that is. Yeah, it was gone probably and immediately. He usually gets these Sapphire, tries to get these Sapphire releases. I wonder if he saw this.
I mean, they look great.
This is such a hit. This is the first Topps Chrome release or Topps release of this in a long time. And you can see they're doing stuff like baseball and their other. Yeah, I know. Hold on, let me see if I can show you this. They have like, you know, in Bowman how they do Hood and Bowman how they do like the subset cards, and they'll have like future rookies or something like that. They're doing that in these.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find.
Show me an example.
Thank you, Doc Joe, for that $19.99 super chat. Says happy Saturday, fellas. It is a happy Saturday. It is. Look at these. These are the hobby boxes. They're gorgeous. What are they selling? Are they selling on the secondary market yet? Aren't they out? I've seen people open up boxes online.
Yeah, I think my brother's got these. I think.
Let's go take a look. Yeah, look. $4.99 for a gold Spider-Man. All right, let's look at sold sales. How long have these been out? A week?
They're the last year, I think. Those ones.
Really?
No, no. Sorry, that was the 2024
Yeah,
version. I
look at
think.
that. That's dope. Yeah, 2025. Autographs by Zeb Wells. That's pretty cool right there. $177 for a refractor to 20. Yeah, these are pretty dope. If anybody's, I am not reading chat I'll read chat, but if anybody got any of these, let us know if you pulled anything. Like, did you see the autographs of the characters though? There's a Ryan Otley.
That's cool.
I wonder if they have like Ryan Otley's on Venom, and if that Ryan Otley sells for more because it's on
Probably,
Venom. Yeah. Yeah, those are badass. And they might have blasters too. I think they have blasters at stores. Have you seen any of these at your store, Hood?
Mm-mm.
They're
I
pretty
gotta hit
cool.
up Steven. Maybe he's got some coming in.
Yeah. By the way, we're going to have Steve from Most Wanted Comics on the industry show this week. It's going to be pretty cool. Really looking forward to it. Young, up-and-coming, I wouldn't say young, but up-and-coming store owner that's, just got into it 4 years ago, and he's killing it. So we're going to be talking to more and more retailers out there that are, doing really well, because there's some guys that are doing amazing stuff. So let's get into some FOC really quick. There is a couple big hitters on FOC this week. Before we do that, actually, hold on. Let me do this. Shout out to our boy Billy at Economics and Comics. He always makes it very easy on me to do this. Go check out his pre-order bundle page. I talked to him yesterday about something really interesting. We'll kind of talk about in drama, or not in drama. We won't talk about it in drama, but in FOC, because there's a big deal right now. If you guys didn't see it, Dynamite released a statement saying that they are now with Lunar, and that on FOC this week are a bunch of books that were on FOC, in the past. And so a bunch of retailers were worried that, they were going to get double orders. And it looks like that's not the case. I think Dynamite put out a statement saying that they wouldn't be getting those and to reorder. But there might be allocation now, because if more people order than what they have printed, because the books are already printed. Excuse me. So anyways, that was big news based on this week's FOC list. So you got all the absolute stuff. You got this Gabriel Del Otto, Amazing Spider-Man #8. That's
that looks great.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And then, so they're reprinting the 655, but you got the Damian Wayne Superpowers figure, which is actually kind of cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
655. That's first Jason Todd as Red Hood, is it?
No, Damian as
Damian.
Robin. Yeah, look how beautiful that is, though. The blank. That blank is gorgeous. That is prime right there for a sketch cover. That's ridiculous. Then let's see here. You got the Sonic Superman DC Sonic book, 4th printing of issue number 1. Who's that? Knuckles? Is that Knuckles? Is that his name? What's his name?
Knuckles, yeah.
Yeah. Knuckles as Superman. Really good Jay Lee Detective Comics cover. That's really good. I like the little Harley thing attached to the car. All right. So Maria Wolf has 2 monster covers this on FOC. Look at this cover.
That looks great.
That is amazing.
Pretty cool.
Right?
Chewing on a slab. Yeah.
Dread the Hall H. So this is a nice SDCC comic. That's perfect. That's actually really good. This is the cover D without the trade dress. This is amazing. So she has this, and she has. So look how good that looks. Look at that. Love all this. She's really hit her stride. Look at this Mercy Sparks cover. This is Mercy Sparks Daddy Issues number 1.
It's great.
I saw that. That's a great cover.
Yeah.
Right?
Mama.
All right. Let's get back. And then she has another one. Show here in a second. All right. So you have Prison, White Queen.
White cream.
Yeah. Right.
Put her on an exclusive Ready Whip bottle.
That's a great fucking cover. Everybody's going to be buying the 1 in 100 though, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is really good Nakayama too.
Like, I can just see like fucking pervs going into a comic shop. Do you have the variant with her naked? Like,
Yeah.
it shows the whole thing.
My mind immediately goes to like there's a naughty version of this with all the fucking
Do you have
kitty
it with
books
her
that are out
pants
there.
off? Do you have the pants off version? Throw a whole bunch of water on your face like you're sweating. Like, do you have it?
Here's another good cover this week. This is Ghost Pepper number 1 Art Germ.
Yeah, that's nice. Derek, do you have the full nipple variant?
Yeah.
The full nipple.
Just got to go in the back of the store. Just have a look there.
Like, Ghost Pepper number 1.
Okay, let's see what it's about. Hold on. Let's see here. For fans of The Moon is Following Us and Battle Chasers comes an exclusive new action series from Rising Star, Ludo Lullaby, about forgotten heroes, cutthroat food trucks, and saving the world again. Humanity served a monstrous threat, but the world isn't better for everyone. Every day, Loi hits the road to deliver her delicious cooking to the masses, outsmarting her treacherous competition and staying one step ahead of the massive robots, protecting them all. All right. There you go. We'll see.
Ghost Pepper.
Yeah.
Pepper.
This is let's see here. Gwenpool 3. There's a lot of variants that we're going to show here in a second that are really good. Battle
Have
Beast
you
number
guys seen
3.
Have you guys seen the trailer for the Toxic Avengers? Is it?
Yeah, it's awesome.
It looks fun, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's exactly what you think it's going to be.
Yeah, it looks like it's on acid. Looks
Yeah.
great.
It is really awesome. This is good though too.
Yeah, that's
Rocky Helmet
beautiful.
Battle Beast. This is really good. Look at this hood. This immediately made me think of, even though it's not Minor Ding, but that's a good looking one of the movie/television variants.
Mm-hmm.
That's really
Alan
good.
Villanueva television variant.
That's really good.
Looks like a trading card.
Kind of,
Did you see Robert Downey Jr. came out and I guess the actress is playing Riri was on Good Morning America, and he came out full support of her show, and I thought that was a little unique.
Yeah.
I think it's trying to kind of get people to kind of watch it, because I don't think there's a big appetite for people to watch it. Is there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're bringing out the big guns.
That's something different. You know, you're bringing your elite players to support some of these rookies. You know,
Yeah.
like I haven't seen that before. So,
But it's worth noting he is currently under contract with Marvel, so
like, you didn't see Chris Evans. Hey, man, you know, like, watch Echo. Like, you didn't like this show's gonna be good. Like, you didn't see none of them, bro.
yeah.
They're all like,
Go
I'm
watch
not
it.
saying that. Fuck, that show sucks.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, look at that. Shout out to Josh Blaylock, who's in the chat, just subbed up. Love the Mercy
Josh.
Sparks, brother. Yep.
What's up, y'all?
What's up,
How you doing?
E?
Or
Chilling.
teleprompter.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you as well. I think we were on a podcast before, but we never introduced ourselves, right?
Oh, no, that's cool. Awesome.
Well, MJ's now our official UK member of Beyond Wednesdays, man. So,
Oh, sweet. I haven't spoken to someone from across the pond since Spine Takes days.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was a while back, man. I remember, dude, Spine Ticks is fucking. That's a big
Exploding.
Yeah,
It's like a big channel, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah. Like, I remember when he was just like one of us late night Saturday night guys, just like podcasting away, talking about comic books, and then I don't know what changed for his algorithm. I guess he started doing he started taking advantage of the shorts.
yeah.
He did that daily, and then built up his following to, like, before we knew it, like, boom, 10,000 subscribers, right, or whatever.
Yeah,
Because,
he's
like,
doing good.
Yeah, because
I think he even
he got
a separate
he got an
channel.
award. Didn't he get an award or something like that too
I
from
don't know.
YouTube?
But speaking
I
of
think he
that,
got one of it.
the comic book community awards are going on right now, and
Yep.
you guys could go vote. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because there is a new category on here. I think it's a new category, but it's like best moderator or community member awards. So go check those out. I know there's a lot of really good moderators and stuff. Go give some people some love that you see in all of your channels. I can't find it. Where is it? Here we go. Best channel supporter, Blue Wrench fan, overall supporter, non-creator. So I think that's a very good one.
I'm really that I think that category was there last year, but I'm
Yep.
really shocked that AOA didn't get it.
AOA hasn't been around in a long time, man. I haven't seen him. He said he's doing okay.
Yeah, I mean, but like last year, like I'm
Yeah.
surprised. Like I'm honestly surprised he didn't win the award, because he not only supported our channel, like he supported like across the board community, like, and he was always like
Yeah.
Blue Wrench top mod, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
Brian, what award would you like to be, recognized for? If you could.
I don't know,
Best
man.
live stream?
Maybe best live stream. That would probably be it. Yeah. I think if we got nominated for that, I'd be cool with that. So
Yeah, I think I always say this, but this, your shows are the best panel shows, like, on YouTube for comic book content for me.
thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Yeah, I it was funny because these two guys know way back in the day, CBC Awards, when they first got created, We were all over at Flipside doing amazing stuff back then. I mean, like unreal type content. And I think we kind of learned how to be panel creators or content or be able to do good and talk on a panel through our days in the original Battle Dome, Tales from the Flip Side. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been thinking up of a new game or a twist on the dealer flip side game, and then I've been kind of tinkering with it. So we'll see if I actually put more effort into it or not.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
We ought to do a show called AI or Not AI.
Oh,
And
mate.
hold up a book. You want to start some shit, right?
Yeah.
AI, everybody, AI.
Oh man, no, I'm not starting that because that's just gonna
Next
cause
on Drama Alert.
Yeah,
hold that thought. Hold that thought. Just hold that thought. Let's get through this FOC list real quick here. Jeff the Land Shark #2 is coming out. Here you go, Hood. Crypto, the Last Dog of Krypton.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Ace in a bunch of covers.
There's World's Finest that looks really cool. Hey, look at that. Look at the pooch, man.
Yeah, that's cool. And then here's the Mercy Sparks stuff. Look how fucking rad that cover is.
Dope.
So is this new? This is new material, huh? Oh, that's good. He did re-release the first stuff, I believe, not too long ago. Shout out to Devil's Due. Shout out also to Massive Indies. I believe Devil's Due is going to be releasing stuff, distribution through them.
Here's a good question: Jeff versus Crypto, who wins? And show your work. Not sure. I have to show your work.
All right, here we go. Monsters. Have you guys seen these? Look at that. Oh my god.
Ugh.
Looks like my mother-in-law, dude.
Hideous.
Was she signing copies?
This is the Red Hood mother-in-law variant.
Yeah, it's pretty damn close, man.
Did you show Spears a picture?
No, man. He just I described it and he nailed it.
All right, hold on. Look at this one. This is the 1 in 20. Cool. This is the second printing of issue #3. So, you know what I want to do? I want to reach out to Mark and have Mark come on one night with us, and just somebody in the comment section. I can't remember who it was. I apologize. I will talk about it more on when I do the members only comments reading thing. But he left a comment saying, it'd be cool to you guys to go over the storyline of Monsters. And it would be cool maybe to bring Mark on to hey, give us the first arc. Tell us what the first arc is about. Tell us, give us a little behind the scenes.
Make him read it.
That type of
live reading.
With the voices in his head.
Yeah. But we might convince him to do that. We'll see. I think it would be cool. So there you go.
I think what people don't realize is the story is actually really good as well. So not only is he a phenomenal artist, he's a good writer as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, speaking of that, here's new covers that are just been solicited. Mark Spears Monsters #7. Nice little homage to an homage to Adam Hughes cover, Power Girl.
Oh yeah.
And then I love these ones, the Halloween variants that he's doing. That one's right there is the hit.
Yeah.
That is a fucking hit. I hope that's the 1 in 25. Is that the 1 in 25? Probably not, right? That if that was in 1 in 25, holy moly. This one's really good too.
Yep.
Nice. That's cool, Mosh.
And then another Halloween. That's really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. So there you go. You guys hear about hold on, let me show you this. This is crazy. Let's see if I can find this.
Yes, Justin, we're all too lazy to read, and then Mark Spears is going to teach us all how to read.
Yeah. So check this out. This just came out. This is crazy. Hood, I wanted to show you this. Top 50 comics in May. Look at what number 36 is, dude. All right. Mark Spears Monsters, number 4.
Wow.
He sold more than all of these books, you guys. A Batman book, a Spider-Man book, a Justice League book, an Uncanny X-Men book. I mean, some of these are older books, but still, he's Monsters. I think Mark Spears can finally see that he's made it, right? That's a big.
He surpassed
deal.
a Jeff book.
Yeah,
Look, he surpassed it. It's Jeff week number 1, which is, that's actually kind of surprising because Marvel Rivals is so huge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. So,
Or has that
congrats
dipped down in popularity?
What was
Mark
the number
Pizza.
1 book in May?
Invincible Battle Beast.
I was going to say it's got to be Battle Beast, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. With how many blind bags were sold.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, could this be Mark for most comics sold in October?
October, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did he announce that yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track what's after show talks and what's not.
Yeah.
So that's why I like to ask before.
Yeah, we go into a brand new podcast, like the after show, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is pretty cool. Shout out to Mark on that one. Let's see here. There was a
Yeah, I was still like the last show that I came on when we went backstage. Mark Spears joined us, and I was like blown away. I was like starstruck for me. It was awesome.
It was his birthday yesterday, man.
Well,
Is
happy
he 50?
belated.
Is it 50? Is it?
Yep.
Happy 50th birthday.
You're 50, Mark. Deal with it, bro.
That's a badass cover for
50.
Pastime. Great series. All right. Here's the other fucking Maria Wolf book. Check this shit out. That's badass right there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep.
That's a 1 in 25. That book is going to be a monster.
It's always dope to run into her because she's just like so high spirited and positive.
She's one of, in my opinion, one of the top 5 best current comic book cover artists. No doubt.
It was so cool at C2E2. It was like her booth and then Jenny Frizen's booth. They were sitting behind each other.
Did you see the Jenny Frizen thing with cover price?
No. Oh yeah. The debate, like let's settle the debate on the first cover.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I don't have the Voltron. I do have the Hack Slash. So I have what she considers her first work, professional work.
Yeah. I sold, shout out to Phoenix Doc, who I sold sold that Hack Slash. I had one on my store and I sold it to him, and he bought my Ado. So sold it to him for $175. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I always trip out when creators say this is the first appearance of my character, right? And then like people go, no, it's not. this is the first appearance. We're gonna put it down and type it. Like Hulk 181 first appearance of Wolverine. No, 180 is the intended first appearance. No, it's not. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and the creator said no, that's the first appearance. No, 181.
For those,
I mean, they've said it since the 90s, right?
And Jenny,
see
no,
here.
the first appearance was, I mean, my first cover was, no, it wasn't. It was this one. You're misremembering.
Yeah, let's just show it so people can see it. Gives Cover Price some love here.
I thought we were going to watch a Razor comic show. You had it up there.
Hi, Jenny. I'm Phil. Pleasure to meet you.
Same.
So, this is, how many C2E2s have you been to now?
Oh wait, everyone, but I don't know how many that is. But
Yeah.
every single one.
Hold on, I just
Sure,
want to talk about.
but
the
I will
cover.
not have my own table. You leave the convention center in San Diego.
Isn't there just a clip where she talks about the cover
Yeah, it's probably that short.
The short just above maybe.
right there? All right, cool.
So my answer is Hack Slash because that was the first job I got. Because I finished that cover and I did okay, they hired me to do Voltron, but Voltron came out first.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, Hack Slash is my first professional cover.
There you go. That's
Wow.
coming straight from the artist, dude. Like, but no. Mm-mm.
Well, so she even says it in her own answer too, right? Because of this cover, she got the Voltron cover.
Yeah.
So
I think it carries weight. If the artist said, I was working on this first, this was
published
my
first.
first work.
Or
It's what I got
second.
paid to do.
Yeah, be right.
I got paid before I got paid to do Voltron. Like, this Hack Slash is her first work. That's it. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, bro. Like, you got people. Nice, Voltron.
Which is the better cover? Is it this or the Voltron?
Here I can pull. up a
Voltron's
copy.
okay.
I mean, I know people will pay more for the Voltron because it was published first.
Yeah.
Voltron, Jenny Frizen.
90% just get both.
No shit, and they just get both, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
This is
if
like the
anything-
black suit Spidey and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Like we should like any Frizen collector should have both.
It's like at the LCS, you opened up the box of 252 before the other one.
what it
No,
really-
that was the first box we opened, so that was
I'm just
the-
trying to tell people it's the other cover so I can buy this one. All right. That's what it really is. All right. Jeez. All right. But this is the Lady Voltron. Which a lot of people will say this is her first published
Yeah.
work, right? Which it is. It's her first published work. But I mean, I guess it's an ongoing debate, but she kind of settled it, in my opinion. So I was just showing off showing what the Voltron book looked like.
Yeah, the Voltron book looks better,
Yeah, I agree.
but of course it will. It's her next. You know, she's gotten better as she's.
Yeah, she figure out some things like this past her first published comic,
Yeah.
to evolve to what she's doing now, which is amazing.
She's a phenomenal artist.
She's really cool to meet too. So
Those hacks,
and then
Nate 138 said it correctly. Those hack slash, those early hack slash books, variants, covers, they're all like 90% of them are good.
it took me
valuable.
forever to find the Hack Slash one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, back to where we were. Okay, so here we go. Dynamite books. You got started getting the Dynamite books showing up. So as you can see on Billy's site, now they no longer have the diamond on them, just lunar. So they are only going through lunar now, and pretty interesting. They put out a statement saying that even though these are some older books, they won't. I don't think that they're going to honor the diamond sales. So you have to reorder, I believe.
Damn, man. I wanted a whole shitload of those Runaways, man.
Well, hold on here, bro. Look at this. That's actually a really
how's that
good
work?
cover.
So how's that working with Random House then? Because I haven't really been following it that closely. Because isn't it something that where Random House still, like, even though they're the publisher now or whatever, then isn't it still distributed by Diamond or something somehow?
No, Diamond's based. Listen, I think Diamond is basically we're getting close to having to pull the trigger. I think we just need to we need to pull the trigger here.
Come on.
Yeah.
I got at you, McClay. I hope this makes your comic book drama, because these dudes, goofy ass dudes.
Into the into the into the
But let's get down to business.
So, yeah, we've got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about tonight. So, okay, so let's take a look here. The message was put out here from Dynamite. To support our retail partners, fans, and creators beginning this weekend and for the foreseeable future, please place your orders through Lunar Distribution for Dynamite Entertainment products. If you have previously placed an order for these products, it will not be honored, and there will be no duplication of ordering. Until we hear back from Diamond Management and have discussions that are to the benefit of retailers, no orders for Dynamite products will be fulfilled by Diamond. All titles in this FOC are already printed, so allocations may occur. To mitigate risks and over-ordering and returns exacerbating the allocations, titles on FOC this week are not returnable. After this FOC, we will be printing books based on FOC orders, and any books originally stated to be returnable will be returnable. We will update retailers as more information is available. That's a big deal right there, you guys. That's like one of the first things that we've heard from Dynamite in a while that is like to the point. You can see they're moving on. They're like, okay, let's get the show on the road. And it's very interesting to see what is happening with the Diamond bankruptcy lawsuit. Let me see if I can bring this up. So there were some interesting things that have happened over the last couple of weeks, and one of them being that everybody's suing each other in this whole thing, and because of that, there are things that are available that wouldn't be available through, and they would be under NDA. You know what I mean? So people wouldn't be able to know certain information. And Rich at Bleeding Cool has been commenting on this stuff and making reports on it. That is very interesting. And I'm going to see if I can bring in the guys here from the industry show so we can talk about this. But as what always happens in these type of things when lawsuits happen and this type of shit goes on, it's very easy for people to forget that they've said things in moments that could be brought back up in these type of lawsuits, right? So let me see if I can find this here. Have you guys been following this much at all? The whole thing? Probably
Just
not
what,
as much as...
like, whenever I see a Bleeding Cool article, I'll read it every so often. And then I like how they have at the end of their latest articles or whatever, they have a timeline of everything, all the different events that's happening to kind of keep you up to date and caught up with what's happened.
Well, like, none of these people give a fuck about comic books, man.
No, not at all. But I mean, but at the end of the day, this is all important because it's the future of comic books too, right? Because this is like one of the major just distributors of comics. I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to shut down the industry, but it's going to change a lot of things of how things are happening.
Things have changed so rapidly, it's unreal. So check this out. So the owner of the group that basically bought out Diamond for the most part, Ad Pop or Sparkle Pop, is this guy Joel Weinshanker, right? Or I don't know if he's the owner, he's the manager, right? It says here, Bleeding Cool has already reported on Alliance Entertainment's legally filed response to Diamond Comics distributor's new owner, AdPop/Sparkle Pop. It concerns their lawsuit that claims AENT broke NDA agreements with Diamond as part of a Chapter 11 bankruptcy auction, as well as subsequently breaking agreements by poaching Diamond staff. But there's more. So if you guys don't know, they went and hired a bunch of the people who worked at Diamond to basically give them the information they wanted when they wanted to buy out Diamond, right? So moving on. As part of the filing, AENT, which is the Alliance Entertainment, which is the group that wanted to buy Diamond and lost to Sparkle Pop, AENT claims that vendors fled as Sparkle Pop refused to honor its payment obligations, referring to comic book publishers, saying immediately upon the court's approval of the sale, Sparkle Pop sought to implement severe cost cuts without consideration of the impact of the cuts would have on the business or employee morale. One such cost-cutting measure was Sparkle Pop's refusal to pay vendors unless those vendors agreed to substantial discounts and extended payment terms. Joel Weinshanker, manager of Sparkle Pop, referred to this as, quote, playing chicken with idiots, referring to its vendors. That to me is fucking wild, dude. That's wild. That makes me go like, what the fuck? Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse James. Jesse, what's going on, brother?
I am hanging out in the New Plush Studios in DeLand, Florida. We are about 6 days away from the grand opening of the store. Mark Spears, whole bunch of cool comics, artwork, music, just fun stuff. Another day in the collectible boutique world.
Yeah, man. Did you read this article?
Yes, I did read the article, and I think based on the timeline all the way back to January, this whole BK thing is the most foobar thing I have seen in the history. They will write books about this, on what not to do and what not to say.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Barger joins us.
Is rule number 1 going to be don't go on the Industry of Comics show?
Well, all right. Here's the thing, you guys. This is why I wanted to bring you on, because this just blows me away. I had some time to kind of think about this, and to see this. Manager of Sparkle Pop referred to this as playing chicken with idiots when referring to its vendors. Have you guys, Dennis, have you been reading these articles and the deposition and everything?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Does your opinion kind of change on this whole thing because of what you're reading in these?
Yeah. And this is coming from who I thought was the biggest asshole in the comic book industry up until Sparkle Pop decided to buy into it. This guy's a bigger asshole than me. And look, the only person that gets to call publishers idiots is me.
Yeah, man.
Is my volume off?
No, that was my volume was off.
Oh, okay.
No,
it really is. Here's the thing, and I know it's a live wire, but if you follow Darren Hutchinson, Darren's dealt with this asshole for a long time. He has seen what this guy does. And then we just had Heidi on the show Tuesday, and I highly recommend everybody go watch that interview because Heidi knows more about a lot of these people than any of us. These are bad dudes. They are exactly these hedge fund, buy it and flip it assholes that have killed everything. And Diamond's upper management and this lawyer wanted these guys to buy Diamond, and it was for the betterment of the industry.
No, it wasn't for the benefit of the industry. It's benefit for themselves.
Yeah, but they said it was the best thing for the industry.
Dennis, what you're saying is the exact thing that I thought in my head. I went, all right, when we first started hearing about all this, up until about a couple days ago, it was like we were hearing, and the idea was that management at Diamond wanted Universal / Sparkle Pop or Ad Pop to win out because they thought it would be better for the industry, right? Which means the continuation of Diamond, including its comics part of the business. AENT put in a bid of like 20-something million more and the idea was that the courts didn't want it because, remember, the thought was that AENT didn't want anything to do with the comics industry. Well, it feels like the exact fucking opposite now.
It's classic projection by, or what is it? It's something by projection. You know, I think these guys wanted to gut Diamond like a pig, and they wanted to do all this other stuff. But they got in the ear of a whole lot of, and Jesse, I know you're friends with everybody once we did that interview, man, it stunned me how many retailers, big retailers, were like, "Oh, this is the worst thing ever. Oh, this is the end of comics if AENT gets it."
Yeah, but you got to understand, these are also the same retailers that are bitching that there's no previews when we all use computers to place our orders.
Yeah, Jesse, we know who these retailers are, but they couldn't see the forest through the trees. They bought all of the bullshit and all of the lies that A&T was going to be bad, Universal Ad Pop was going to be good.
Yeah, but you just kind of technically said these retailers are idiots, right? And that's what the Ad Pop team is saying, these retailers are idiots. Listen, when you see something like this, I'm always going to say, okay, what is the perception? What are you trying to get across? Is this something you wanted the public to see?
Hey, can I ask you something? This is crazy to even say, but do you think that there could be anything like where the fix was in immediately? I feel like there was some type of fix in on this. Well, like somebody was helping somebody else out.
Heidi said it, and it was very interesting. They hired Raymond James in September. And then when this last round of lawsuits came out, they said that both AENT and Universal had signed NDAs in October. Now, if you remember, we didn't start, even us, the Industry of Comics show, we didn't start telegraphing some of this stuff was bad until November. Okay, so the fix was in before we even smelled it, and we were the first ones to tell everybody this was happening.
Yeah, man. After that, after talking with Heidi the other week and how she kind of said, "Did something feel," and I'm like, reading this even more, it feels really weird, and that's why I wanted to bring you guys on tonight for the drama segment, because I had to, talk about this. This is very interesting. It feels like that all of these things that are going through Discovery and these court suits and everything are going to be releasing some really interesting information. Like, I want to know who's friends with who.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
Does A&T, do they still own the European division?
They didn't buy anything. They got zero.
Yep. They got zero, just time to get their brand out as much as possible.
And 7 to 10 key employees.
Well,
right.
It's funny you say that. So, what happened is when A&T lost the suit, one, they decided they sued because they're like, we shouldn't have lost that.
No, Brian, can I correct you? I'm
lost
sorry.
The bankruptcy.
They backed out when they found out that they were lying about potential $20 million worth of assets.
Exactly.
Well,
exactly.
It's not even that.
So they didn't get kicked out. They backed out. Yeah. And then they said, we want our money back on top of all that.
Yeah.
Right. And keep in mind, they had projected assets and distribution that no longer existed. So them thinking they have these contracts with all these big companies that had actually expired in January. And this is what happens when people don't fill out monthlies to the bankruptcy court. I almost want, without getting myself in trouble, I kind of look and I say, what the hell who was the trustee in this who didn't do their job? Because this shouldn't have made it past the first 30
That's Raymond
days.
James, right? Is Raymond James the trustee?
No. Raymond James is the lawyer.
Bankruptcy court assigns a trustee to the bankruptcy who handles all the funds. So I think what you see in this case is at the end of the day, the true idiots is the company that bought Diamond, who lost pretty much all the remaining publishers this week. So that's the true
I'll go one step further, Jesse. The true idiots in all of this is Diamond's upper management, who ran Diamond into bankruptcy, then put it out there that they wanted these people. And these people did exactly what they warned AE&T would do.
Well, this is the part that made me feel like something was fucking really nasty. Did you read the comments from Schimmel? So Mike Schimmel, who worked for Diamond, ended up getting hired by AE&T, and they have a bunch of his comments, and some of the comments where he talks about the owner of AdPop. He said, when AdPop took over, my job became exponentially more difficult as it was impossible to maintain vendor relationships when vendors were not being paid. Mr. Weinshanker demanded that I leverage my relationships with vendors to coerce them to accepting his payment terms. Doing so would have ruined my reputation in the industry that I had spent 29 years building. Many of the vendors refused to accept these new terms and sought alternative partners. What the fuck? This whole thing about them going to all the vendors and saying, like, you have to accept these terms, or what? Like, I don't understand how they thought they had leverage in this whole thing. You know what I mean?
Well, some of the leverage they had is they still had their inventory. And so their inventory is involved in this. You have extended contracts. There's a lot of things involved when you read this. The problem that I see when you read this, something like this, and Rich does a great job, is he's just giving you the meat and potatoes. He's not giving you the whole transcript. And I think if you read the whole transcript, you get a better picture. Go to the very top. What was the headline?
Schimmel gets deposed
under oath about the Diamond Comic firings.
Okay,
and these are quotes.
This is his deposition.
This is his deposition. These are the from Schimmel that I'm saying right now.
Right. Yeah, no, I was seeing if it said him getting fired or the firings. And there's a big difference between what he's talking about here. At the end of the day, I think this is great. A lot of companies had to decide. They made their decisions. They're not going to play with this FUBAR payment system. If you're going to bid $18 million, that probably means you got a couple of million to pay these publishers. And what happened was it forced these remaining publishers to go play their hands with Lunar and Penguin. And I think that's what ends up in the end. Like I said, the true idiot here is the person who came into this business, said, we ain't going to pay you unless you accept our terms. And now look what you're doing. You have no one to distribute.
Yeah.
Yep.
But was that the plan all along? Because, Brian, I don't know if you pulled up the other announcement that we haven't talked about since Tuesday. Universal is going to publish DC Comics in America, who is AdPop, Sparkle Pop's partner in this purchase.
This all feels really weird, man. It feels like there's something behind the scenes where somebody's buddies with buddies, and maybe I don't know.
Hey, MJ, I want to ask you a question. Is this something that is talked about where you're from at all, or is this just kind of like a tiny blip in the comic book world?
It's not. I mean, every bit of comic news I get from you guys, so that's where I hear everything. But no, I've not. It's not really big in my world. I'm just a collector. I'm not in the industry myself.
Well, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, MJ. Do you know? And this is what I've been told. All comics distributed in Europe and England, and the United Kingdom, are all printed over there because the transfer would be, impossible. So they print the American comics over there, and that's why sometimes you'll get a slight variation over what we get.
Again, I'm not 100% certain, but my local comic shop, Untold Comics. So the Adventure Comics, the Golden Ticket that's just recently come out.
Yeah.
Of Facsimile, he gets them direct from the US because I believe the UK one that came to us, they weren't sealed because we're not allowed the tickets.
Lottery.
Right.
But-
And you know what? I'm sure there's states in America where you're not allowed to do it either, but they did it anyway.
Yeah, but he managed to get a sealed pack for me, so I've got one. So if I win the ticket, I can't use it.
We'll send it to one of us.
So one of you guys can have it. Yeah.
So there was a question in here from shout out to Sean Hudachko, who I really respect. He's been on the industry show before. He's got a good take on stuff. As a new retailer in this world, he's been around a long time, but he's been doing things differently lately. And he says, I have no idea who Ad Pop is. Why are they bad? Well, I'm not necessarily saying Ad Pop is bad. What I'm saying is, it feels like Alliance Entertainment should have won this straight out, because it feels like there was some type of buddy thing that went, hey, we want it, and let's make them think that we're going to continue the comics business at Diamond, and then that way we can get it cheaper, right? Because they got it cheaper, and everybody thought that they were going to continue the comics business, and that's why the bankruptcy courts gave it to them. And then they're not going to have anything to do with comics. They're not in the comics business. Ad Pop is going to be done with comics.
Yeah, I think the question is, Ad Pop, tell us why you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really, are they bad or whatever. It's tell us why you're good.
No, I'll answer Sean just from the facts that are currently from May until today. In May, they said, we are not going to pay any invoices that are from May 15th on, which means all the money that publishers are owed from Diamond, the company that they now own and have bought the liabilities from, will be paid out of that settlement and the payment that they made to the Baltimore bankruptcy court.
Yep.
That's fine. That's good. That's exactly what they're supposed to do. We talked about it on the show plenty of times. It's the fact that an invoice due a week after May 15th didn't get paid, and an invoice due 2 weeks after May 15th didn't get paid. And we're at June 16th, and every publisher that is owed money right now, Ben Dunn at Antarctic Press, Nikki Barucci at Dynamite Entertainment, Image, all of these people who allowed them to continue to sell their comic books on May 15th did not get the payments that they were due by contract, which they inherit when they buy Diamond and continue to solicit their comics. And that's why Nikki has to sue them for the money that they are owed since May 15th. And then when they're deposed, a statement like, we're playing chicken with a bunch of idiot publishers, that shows their intent. It was not, hey, we have this money and we can't pay it yet because of this, that, or the other. We don't have the money because this, that, and the other hasn't happened yet. No, they intentionally did not pay the publishers that have been waiting 5 months for a payment at the end of this bankruptcy for money that is owed to them after the bankruptcy went through.
Right. And keep in mind, I think what we forget is there's existing inventory. So not only do they owe these companies money, they're kind of saying, listen, we're not even going to give you your inventory back. And some of these companies who have hundreds of thousands of dollars in inventory, which was not audited, which is blowing me away. There was zero audits done.
Wow.
And I remember 2 people on an industry show telling every publisher, you need to go get your shit.
Yep. Yeah, I had offered to
in January
to the warehouse to pick up some stuff for them. Listen, I do a spam report from Costco every week. So I'm taking inventory on stuff that's not even mine. How can you not take inventory on your own product, which is amazing? It should have been taken the second the bankruptcy was taken so that you would able to get that product out. Now you're not even getting the product. Listen, if you're not getting paid, the company that's not paying you is saying, we don't care because we're not going to ship your stuff anyways. So why does it matter? Take us to court, extend it out. Keep in mind, taking someone to court takes months. Takes freaking months. Do you think that person's going to say at the end of, oh, you took me to court, let me pay you? No, they're then drag it out to the end. And so great job, Nikki, going over to Lunar saying, listen, we have to get our product out to the consumers. We have to get our product out to the retailer. So again, you know, when we talk about something like this, we always forget there's a retailer involved, and the most important thing is there's consumers involved. We need to make sure that flow is always going, because the customer doesn't walk in and say, well, you mean I'm not getting my books because of a bankruptcy? They're saying, no, when am I getting my books?
Yeah.
And if you can't give me my books, I'm going to find someone that can get my books. So this needs to end. It needs to just flow. These publishers need to get their product out to the consumer. This is all back end stuff. Take care of your front end, which is the person in front of you.
Yeah, well, my little piece of advice before we let you guys go is to everybody involved in this that has any type of involvement in this. You may want to talk about contacting a lawyer, and maybe there might be some type of back.
Can I ask a stupid question?
No, because you're Red Hood. You don't ask stupid questions. Bro. Go ahead.
So, what? Okay, why wouldn't they switch to Lunar to begin with, the minute this shit happened?
So,
and I get that. Okay, there's a lawsuit, and they're going to be bought by these people. Like, the minute it gets kind of shaky, it's like, fuck that. I'm going to order from these guys.
Well, we have the perfect example. This show. I've heard Mark Spears on this show talk about how Lunar would only let KeenSpot have 4 spots in their ordering catalog. Okay, well, they want to do 6. They want to have 3 different covers plus a 1 in 25 and a 1 in 50. And Lunar said, nope. And we said it on our show a million times. That business model that doesn't allow 4 different KeenSpot Mark Spears monster covers, and you're Nikki Barucci with 26 variants for Vampirella number 3, how are you going to move that over and cut that down to 4 if you've already put in the printing order? So I think Nikki was up against the wall when it came to that.
Yeah.
But apparently now they're allowing Nikki to have a bunch of spots.
20, I don't think so. 20. I in the thing, I think didn't it state that in his statement that wasn't there something in there about
I think 10 is the max he can have for a cover. I just looked at the orders last night, so it looks like there's about 10 on each one. Here's the best example.
But it's not 26.
No, it's not 26. He's going to have to find better measures, crowdfunding, and other ways to get that product out, including figuring out how to ship that product. It would be like your favorite store, Hood, going out of business, and you got pull box with them. You're going to keep your pull box all the way down to that last week, even though you could have switched over to the new store down the street a couple months ago. And what happens is you have this loyalty with a company who has taken care of you for 30 years, 28 years. You want to be the one running up the hill, planting the flag in the ground and saying, I am here with you. In this particular case, that probably didn't help a couple companies. The other thing is some of these companies that had product over there, that's all their product they own. So them just saying, well, I'll switch over a Lunar. Okay, but what about the product that is there? So I got to pay all the transfers fees to get this over a Lunar. Will they even put this in their catalog because I can't take it back? So I think when you look at something like this, the slow roll guy or gal that has a publishing house with Diamond, it's a case-by-case scenario. There are a couple companies, though, that loyalty did keep them there longer than normal. Do I blame them for that? No, I'm not the one that does their bottom line. I'm not the one that says, well, I kind of got an extra XYZ in the account, so I'll fight not getting paid for the last 5 months. And so I think that's what you're looking at. Now, it could be the other thing that they might have taken 5 months to negotiate with Lunar and Penguin to get the deal that they need, right? You just don't want to say, hey, can you distribute my books? Awesome, great, let's start tomorrow. You have to get some assurances in there, and I think that's very important.
Jesse, I don't think it's understating also that Nikki had favorite nation status at Diamond. And I think he probably also thought at some point during this arduous process, if I just stick with these guys, I'll be the king of Dynamite, or I'll be the king of Diamond when they come out of bankruptcy.
Sure.
And
I feel like
then they didn't pay.
I feel
and
like
then he was
more
like,
about,
fuck.
I feel like it's different. I feel like it's more about loyalty in some way, but I could be wrong. I'm not.
Yeah, I think a good portion of that. We all have egos. All 6 of us have egos. We will say we don't have egos. We have egos that allows us to do great, fantastic stuff. And sometimes we do let our egos create, I'll quote the guy, idiotic decisions as well. So I think at the end of the day, listen, let's get through the weekend. You got some great conventions going on. You got next week of great comic books. And I think what you are finding out is the good news is now starting to outweigh the bad news in the comic book world. So
we're going to get some of those comics next weekend, Jesse.
Yep.
I said, where? Where can they get some of those comic books next weekend?
I'm not ready for a promo. Me doing a promo, that's crazy. Don't forget, June 27th, Just James Comics, our grand opening. We have Mark Spears with a 1 in 100. I'm sorry, not 1 in 100. There's only 100 made that he is bringing here exclusively. You can only buy at the store. And it is a freaking awesome band-ass cover. We got exclusives from Lady Death. We got exclusives from Rob Michaels and Do You Poo. So we're there having some fun. Dennis is coming in Thursday night. We're there hook him up, probably meet him for dinner. XYZ has some fun. James from Hive Comics is going to be the facilitator for the event. So we're going to rock and roll with him. We're going to have some fun. Next time, let me know. I got to do a promo so I can be a little bit more excited about it. I got to get going because I got more shelves to build. So everybody have a fantastic night. Support your local comic book store. Everybody rock and roll. We'll see you later.
Thanks, Jesse.
Nice meeting you.
Dennis, enjoy your trip, brother, and we'll see you soon too. All right. Well, that's what we're talking about, you guys. That was something that I just, after the interview with Heidi and the stuff that kind of came out, I was like, man, this seems to be way more.
Can they make an insurance claim?
Listen, for some part of me thinks like there could. Why isn't there some type of like? Could there be a class action lawsuit?
Well, yeah, but you could also make an insurance claim because like they fucking stole from you.
Yeah.
It's like corporate espionage, isn't it?
I mean,
I got more though for drama alert, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Hood. You were talking about AI earlier, AI or not AI. Well, this is stolen art or not stolen art. Here's a new cover coming out, I guess, from a Tidal Wave book. And look at that. So here we go. There's the Tidal Wave book out of 100 Fan Expo. Look at that poster right there. Or that. What are we doing here, you guys?
Oh, it looks completely different, Brian. What are you talking about? You see that monster right there?
See that monster right there? Yeah, what monster? That monster?
see in the poster that's signed, he has.
Oh, it's an old cover. Thank you, sir. It is an old cover. Oh, it's one that nobody has found yet. Well, congratulations. Look at that. We found it.
Like I've cheated on some math tests before, but this is like bad, bro.
How many more Tidal Wave books can you guys find out there that are stolen art? That's my question. I can find another one, I bet. How about this one?
Ah!
Oh man.
Hold on. Little Jake Lloyd right there.
Is that the Black Saber that they kind of put in there?
Oh, he's just reversed.
You
Yes.
got
It's
it,
a mirror
Yee.
image of him, right?
You got it, Yee. Look, I mean, come on, you guys. What are we doing?
That's it.
here?
I'm doing a cover. I'm sorry, Mark. But this is the Red Hood cover, right? But Spears cover. Sorry.
Oh, it's straight up the model
Yeah, bro.
that's just been photoshopped and turned sideways. That's
Yeah.
kind of funny. Just chop off the legs, right?
Yep. Turn it a little bit. Man, what is
Yeah, does-
going on?
Does Anakin have like the dark saber? Does he?
You know what's
Yes.
bad, dude? Like at these shows, do they have these books set up in front of a guy that says he drew this? You know what I mean? It's like, man, this is really good. Hey, thanks. Thanks, man. Man, I didn't think it would come out as good as it did, but man, I'm tired. It was a lot of work. Do you
Yeah.
have the original art? Huh? What?
This is
It's on
crazy.
Adobe. Yeah.
Oh man, we're in that world. Welcome. Welcome to now. It's time to find who stole the art, or is it AI?
I call it bullshit, dude.
But isn't it kind of like the responsibility of the store that's putting this out to check on that too, as well? Like before they say give it the A-OK, like to the artist, like, hey, go ahead and we'll use this, and then I mean, obviously the publisher should probably check too as well.
Yes.
But I mean,
Yes. Yee.
I mean, there should be a lot of checks and balances in this, and it shouldn't just be greenlit all the way to when it's in hand.
I
where
think
it's
we
like
need to
kinda
make
like,
a
oh,
we need to make a Yee shirt for Beyond Wednesdays that just says, "What do you think, Yee?" And it just says yes, because Yee asks those questions all the time, where the answer is yes, both.
yes, yeah.
I just see the artist like putting little dots. Thanks. It's different now. Put little
Totally
dots,
right.
right?
And-
Do a
and it-
splatter with a paintbrush. Now it's different.
Oh,
I'm gonna
man.
steal the letters, the Y, E, and S on the shirt from something different.
Get that merch going.
Yeah, I don't know who these.
Man, I hope it's nobody I know, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't know who it is. I'm with you. I hope it's nobody I know. Because again, it goes back to what we were talking about, right? It goes back to there's, I hate to bring it up, but you have, as a new store, you have to be very vigilant now on what you're accepting from artists. And if you're an artist out there, you shouldn't be angry about that, in my opinion, because most artists are not. It's stealing art is not okay for most artists. So if you're a new artist out there, you should be cool. You should be cool with this, or not a new artist, but if you're an artist out there, you should be cool with the fact that somebody's asking you for a little bit of information on, hey, can you show me, maybe your your sketches, or hey, we're gonna run this through a thing, and it's some people are gonna get called out for it when they might not necessarily be guilty of it, and when that happens, you're gonna have to be ready for it as an artist too, right? So, yeah. It's very interesting, man, to say the least. We'll see if we get any more, that type of shit heading our way. I'm sure we're going to, if you guys see something that you think is stolen art out there, send it my way, man. That's why I created Drama Alert.
You know what's bad? So like 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, I don't think we were as locked in as far as what AI and and art theft and just like now we see, hey, wait a minute, and everybody's more in tune to it. You go check, and like I have a suspicion that this shit's been going on for a while, and like you take a look at some of your books that you thought were bangers, AI could have been a part of it. They could have reversed the negative. I mean, the picture, and done little differences, but it's still somebody else's work. So
Yeah.
But what do I
Fucking
know?
A. Fucking A, man. All right, I got another one here for you, Drama Alert style. Please don't be these people.
A bulk rate. I weigh it out and I pay 25 cents per pound. A long box is probably going to come out to be about $10. So I mean, you're looking at about, let's say at best, $20 for the whole thing.
$20 for the whole thing?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. If you're looking to get more, I do.
Look at that. There's at least 2 long boxes. He's going to pay $20 for a long box. I think he said 10 cents a pound. I've never heard this. Do you guys know who this is? I just realized who that voice is. That's that one.
It's that guy that buys all those junk
school.
that does not know how to handle comic books. He's a fucking savage, dude.
Yeah,
he just starts grabbing and
the storage auction guy.
Yeah.
Storage Wars.
Yeah,
person?
Storage Wars. Yeah, he says, quote, I declined his offer and posted on Facebook Marketplace for $200. I had 20 plus interested buyers ready to pick up that day. I took down the listing because I knew I had something good in there. After I looked up, one book just alone goes for 150 plus. Lesson of the day, take time to educate yourself as much as you can, then you can start making your moves. Agreed.
Yep.
Why is he wearing a fucking mask like Bane, dude? Like, COVID's over, dude. I can't stand those motherfuckers that wear masks, dude. Like, shit's over, bro. Like, fuck.
Wow, dude.
Fucking stupid, dude. Take control of your shit. Got them?
I understand if you're somebody that just wants to get rid of stuff. Like, most people that take stuff into comic stores are people like, a relative that's going through a deceased relative's house, or like it's stuff that they don't care about. And if you don't care about it, you just want to get rid of it. And I'm cool with that. I have no problem with that. I have no problem, what comic stores offer, but don't be a douchebag. We talk about that all the time. There's comic book karma, even for retailers out there. So, this guy, this Renee guy, I think his name's Renee. I watch him on YouTube. I think he's fun to watch and stuff. And I just, 10 cents a pound.
He's found some killer lots, dude. Like, he found a whole bunch of shit, like AF-15 and stuff like that. But like, he probably damaged a lot of those books just by the way he grabbed them.
It's so old. It's not really worth anything.
Yeah. I saw a G.I. Joe variant in there when he was.
Sorry,
you should only give me what the cover price is listed for.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
People like that, karma, dude. Like, when you rip off people, dude, that shit comes back to you, man.
But if you were a reseller, what would you offer for those boxes?
It depends. I would look into them, and if they're all full of heat, then I would make a better offer than I would if
of course.
But if it's all shit, and I know it's all to me, it's. The 2 guys that were just on with us, we talk all the time on industry shows, and Emmett too, about like when people come in to buy stuff, there's something that you have in you that says, I'm not going to take advantage of this person. And you know what? When that usually happens, something like that causes karma where that person goes, I got a house full of this shit. Do you want it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the type of things that happen. There is comic book karma. There's karma out there. Karma is a bitch. She is a dirty, dirty bitch when she wants to get it back at you, man. And when you're, a good person, she'll reward you with, hey, I have like 10 cases of 86, 87 Fleer at my house that I just want to get rid of. Do you want to make some money with me?
Yeah.
There's crazy things that happen because of that. And ask me how I know. Right. That's when I used to work in space and defense. That was like the engineering term that I hear the most. Like, ask me how I know, because I fucking made sure that the math added up. Ask me how I know. Let me show you. I've heard situations like that before. Emmett, just from Haven and Heroes, had a guy walk in with a Hot Wheels collection, and Emmett gave him a price, and the guy says, hey, I got an 86, 87 Fleer set in binder that's mint. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. There we go. Let's fucking do it. So, speaking of that, check this out.
Backyard Breaks got sued last week.
by a gentleman who never received about $15,000 worth of cards he bought over the course of a week. They were lost in the mail.
Can you say that? Wait, dollars worth of cards?
Yes.
Okay.
$15,000 worth of cards. They were lost in the mail. Backyard Breaks initially said, yes, we will make this right. And then proceeded to not make it right. Shocker, I know. They danced around with it, tried to blame it on the post office. Then they tried to blame it on whatnot. And long story short, the guy finally said, okay, I guess we're going to have to go to court because you all owe me. You're the seller. You have a responsibility to make sure that the package arrives to me. That's how this works. It did not arrive to me. And you're telling me that I get $300 from the post office? Now, so the next question we have to ask in regards to that is this. And we sell on Whatnot, and we don't even know the answer to this because it's never been something that's come up before. Whatnot requires sellers to print their shipping labels through their platform. It's how they track everything, make sure everything gets delivered where it's supposed to. Makes sense. But I'm not 100% certain that there's a way for us to individually go into a package and insure it for more than the base amount that Whatnot calculates based on the weight of the package.
There may
That's very interesting, man.
There is a way to insure packages. You have to contact Whatnot that like, hey, I'm sending out this super valuable card to said person. I need this insured up to $10,000 or whatever it's worth. And so it's their responsibility to say it's this item number or whatever, it's this package, it needs to be insured for more. And they actually do send you the, instead of like just printing it out through your seller's hub or whatever, they email you the higher insurance package for. And I think they even overnight it too for that reason. Go. And you don't have to pay anything extra, or that's how it used to be back in the day. I don't know what they do now.
All right, let's continue.
But I would assume since it's a bigger company, they do the same thing.
Be a way to do it. We're new.
There
to
may
this.
be a way, we don't know. If there is a way, and a platform like Backyard Breaks that is selling hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars worth of cards a week, is not utilizing it to ship high dollar packages, then shame on them. If there's not a way to do that, then shame on Whatnot for encouraging people to sell hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars worth of product without a way to insure it properly to get work.
That always made me wonder, like, how many of these big, huge breakers or big sellers on these streaming platforms have lost? What's that? The percentage of lost packages, right? If Backyard Breaks is like the outlier, then there's something going on there, right?
My favorite was when I forget which big breaker pulled whatever crazy card and it got lost, quote unquote, and then it showed up in the mystery, one of their resale mystery packs or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Like how does that happen? Like the exact number card. And I think the person that originally like pulled it or whatever, they want it for the mystery thing too. So
Jesus.
talk about karma though. That's karma right there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why that person would have kept on supporting them. Like, you know, I guess if I bought a huge comic from Bryan and it got lost in the mail, like, you know, I probably wouldn't buy comics from him on
Exactly.
eBay anymore,
Yeah. Why
but,
would you be buying more and more stuff? You know?
Yeah. I mean, I would meet up with him in person or whatever, but
yeah. Okay. So I have I'm going to save some little bit of time to talk about me myself. Okay. I have been asked a couple of times lately, what is my deal with 616 Comics, right? There has been a couple of posts where I have made comments on, you know, like this post, I made a comment. I said, did you ask around to Bueller, you know, working with 616? There was another post from Comic Tom where I put a post where I put a comment on there like, yeah, that's a big no for me, but I love the art. I just want to come out and say for me myself what my deal is with 616. I haven't had more retailers talk to me about fucked up situations with 616 Comics. All the way from you know, deals gone bad on working with another retailer on a variant, or you know, drama like that, all the way up to the owner saying he's going to beat somebody's ass at a con, he's going to knock their teeth out. Things left on messages by the guy, just crazed fucking shit, like weird stuff. On top of, if you guys remember, there was a thing that we talked about pretty heavily on Drama Alert back in the day where Mark Spear's very first cover that he did was a 616 books. We found out about it on the show. They had a bunch of them available for super cheap. A bunch of people watching the show went and bought them. The word got out. They went and bought them, and a bunch of them, and all of them got canceled, right? And then when they got canceled, the said books started showing up on their eBay account at 10 times the price. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I don't have a problem with flippers flipping books. I don't have a problem with, people making money off of books. But as a retailer, if you don't check your stock, I'm going to be pissed if I bring up books to you. They're already priced in your back stock. And you say, hold on, let me look up to see what they're selling for on eBay. And if you're an online retailer and you have books on your eBay store at a certain price, you need to honor those books. You can't just take them off. And I'm not saying just a one time. I'm saying multiple people who bought said books reached out to me and said that was happening with receipts. So that is my problem with 616, and it's me alone. And until I hear better, I'm going to be honest. That's what this show is about, and especially what this segment is about. So that is that, Jack. All right. That being said, I think that's it for this. Well, hold on. There is one more thing I want to talk about. I think actually, you know what? That is it. For this.
Sure?
Well,
oh wait,
like you had something interesting.
You didn't want to talk about what you text me earlier this week?
Oh, what was that? Hold on.
The Bambi.
Oh, yes. 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 All right. So we got a comment on this channel. That we need
Joe,
to...
you'll be proud of me. I got a hater.
So
it's the easiest way to say it real quick.
Yeah, this is pretty funny.
So it's about you, is it?
This is about you.
Yeah, it's the first, bro. I saw it and I was like, I text Bryan, what the fuck is up with this?
Dude, I haven't had a hater since Flipside.
I don't remember you having a hater at Flipside.
I had a couple, but they would just like kind of troll every so often or whatever. But yeah.
So we get this comment. Yi is just so insufferable. I cringe every time the dude talks. His band is mediocre at best. And I went, LOL, I hope you're a friend. Because I'm thinking that Yi knows this guy. You know what I mean? Like, this is just somebody fucking with Yi. Like, this is his bandmate or something. So I hit up Yi and I go, dude, do you know this guy? Before we start to torch this guy, like, do you know this dude? And he's like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, unless I'm mistaken, but I've seen this person pop up in live chats before. So
then
I don't
Big Leg,
remember who it
Big
is,
Leg
if
goes,
I do.
Anonymous prick showing up to hate. Enjoy your shit life. But then you got another little bit of hate here. He's a good dude, and I hate to complain, but he's got to do something with his dog. Hard to listen to show on earbuds because the dog bark comes out of nowhere like a jump scare. I think I got PTSD from the being an anxious, anticipating when the dog's going to bark suddenly. I don't know who's louder or more annoying, though. Yee's dog or Dennis Barger.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I try to mute as best as possible whenever I notice. What's happening is he has a couch that he sits on in our front like dining room, and he looks out the window. And so anytime anyone drives by or walks by the house or whatever, he just barks at them.
And that bark is what his whole enjoyment is right there. He's waiting for that moment.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna like close the window on him or lock him up whenever I'm doing a podcast. Like,
can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Like, Yi doesn't get paid to be on here.
Exactly.
He's on here because his opinion I respect. If I'm at a shop, I'll text him, hey, what do you think? And his knowledge is invaluable from a speculation standpoint that I value. He comes on here on his own time. He works. He's salaries full time, works his ass off. So he comes out here to support Bryan. I support Bryan. We love Bryan, and we've been doing this for close to 5 years now together. And this is a family. So when we come on here, like pardon us if we're doing this from our house, because like I don't have a facility set up to do podcasting. Like I come on here because we think the people in our chat are cool with us, and we definitely don't have any ill will for anybody in the chat. We do the best we can. And so if Aaron's dog, because he's doing it at his house, happens to bark, fucking sorry, bro. That's the way it is. We're putting on a show, trying to have good content for you guys and doing the best that we can. But when real life happens, like, I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. If something's going on, I'm going to have to jump off. If something's going on in Aaron's life, he's going to jump, just like MJ. Like, so, we do the best that we can do. We, like me, when I come on, I try and make people laugh when things aren't like, hunky dory in my life. I had a bad day at work, but, I gotta, I know that there's people that tune in and, they're going through their day and they want to hear something funny and crack up about, that's what we do. We just shoot the shit and talk comics and talk collectibles. So sorry if you don't like a dog barking, bro. Like, get fucking over it.
I love you.
Like, wise words. Bryan, you need to clip that.
I know, 100%, bro. I'll be right back.
I mean, my personal opinion about it is, I guess like opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but at the same time, like, sorry, bro. Like, I'm doing what I enjoy, like hanging out with my buds, talking comics and collectibles, and when I'm not doing that, besides working, I'm playing shows with my band.
Of course, it would be different if you start beating your dog live on the air. I'm sure people.
Yeah,
would
I mean that's a totally different story and scenario. You know what I mean? Like,
give us something to talk about on comic drama next week.
Get over your dog.
But like I just, people that like I put myself out there. Like you can see my face and like there's my name and like I don't. That's one thing I don't do is go and troll people. Like if I jump on somebody's stream, they see me, they see Hood, they see my logo, then they know what it's me talking. Like this, and whoever comes up with that name is fucking stupid. Like Ichabelis or whatever. It's like, why do you gotta hide, bro? Like,
all right,
you know what I mean?
We've given this guy too much time now at this point.
No,
I will say this.
I'm all worked up. I'm angry, dude. Hey, Bryan, who was talking shit about us the other day?
So I will say this. There is things on the horizon that I see that are very interesting that I'm just keeping an eye on. And Hood is a fucking bulldog. Hood is a fucking bulldog. And I love having a bulldog, you guys. I love having a bulldog. That's my fucking bulldog. That's my bro.
I'm a thug. That's what what's his face called.
And so, and not only that, he is the best presser in the world. Shout out to Wilbur, who just dropped a $10 super chat saying, "Red Hood, the presser to the stars, stay true to you." I will say this.
Thank you, man.
There are very interesting things that I see and that I'll keep an eye on, and you can find out about them on in a soon to be members only podcast where I talk about comments. But when it comes to Hood, that's my guy. Same with Yeezy, and we're keeping our eyes on the tracks, so to say. So that being said, let's get back to the show.
Can you hear me out there? Hey, man, don't be squirting water at me. I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend, pal.
I know.
And I said, "Oh my God, are we going there?" Ooh. Ooh.
All right.
God bless you, Brian.
I know, brother. I know. Don't worry. I got you. So, you know what? We just went through a whole hour's worth of drama content right in the middle of FOC, you guys. So that being said,
back to your regular scheduled program.
Back to your regularly scheduled program, yeah. All right. There are some variants that I want to show you guys. Coming up here.
Wait, go back up. Go
Which
back
one?
up. Go
Which
back.
one?
Oh, go back down.
Back down. Right here.
Yeah, hey, bro. Look at the
That's
doggy,
how you
bro.
bring Hood from level 11 back down to a cool easy 4. Show him a pooch. There you go.
I swear to God, they better not kill that dog in the movie, bro.
I know, dude.
Oh.
I'll get up and
They
walk
better
out.
not kill that fucking dog. I will be furious, dude.
That would be very stupid. I'd say.
Greg Land Rogue variant. I'm just not a Greg Land Rogue fan. It always looks like Tawny Katane to me. Right?
Right?
Yeah.
To love Tawny, bro.
Fucking that White Snake video, dude. Holy cow.
Dude, Bachelor Party, bro. That was the first R-rated movie I snuck into, bro. Changed my fucking life, bro. I left the movie with a new appreciation.
Oh my
Mama.
I'm trying to remember my first rated R movie. It was one of the Hannibal movies.
Let's Silence of the Lambs.
It wasn't Silence of the Lambs. I think it was. What was the second one? Was it Hannibal?
Yeah.
Where he's eating the dude's Bryan. Is that one?
What's that?
Where he's eating the dude's Bryan at the dinner table.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the first rated R movie I snuck into.
Hello, Clarice. Tell me about the line.
Classic.
Hello, Clarice.
Absolute classic. Look at this.
Do it, MJ.
Great art germ right here.
Oh, the mediocre band's name is State of Filth.
You can find their link below. Yeah.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug, yes, sir. All right, back to where we were. He got this very nice Adam Hughes cover for Wonder Woman number 23. I like Adam Hughes's faces. I just
the eyes look always look great.
She's holding the lasso. Okay, I'm a hoe.
Look at that. What is the name
I
of the
slept
story?
with him. Okay, I slept with him.
Yeah. They're all like waiting to hear what she's gonna say. Is that what it is? Yeah. That's exactly what it is, Hood.
I'm telling you, bro.
Youngblood
I slept with
Deluxe number
Superman.
4.
I did it.
This is actually a really good cover right here. Very anime style. Shout out to Darth Lopez. There you go, Hood. Just say when, Brian. Flipperverse for life. Yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
Mama.
That is, yeah.
It's a mama cover.
That is good.
Mr. Lopez.
Zatanna has a really good Omari too. Damn.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's smoking. All right. Variants, you guys. There are a lot of really good variants coming out. Let's go through them. You've got this Jeff DeCall. Oh, wait, what's that? What's going on here?
That's my mother-in-law.
Also, DC needs to be more clear on which Campbell is doing the cover, because I know J. Scott Campbell's done some Zatanna covers too recently. That can get really that's going to get really confusing down the road.
Yeah, him and Jamal.
Yeah, if they're both doing covers for the same title, I think there's probably better ways to have done that. But I guess if it's just his store, right? The JSC store. versus directly from the distributor.
I always do this shit, dude.
Look at this
Oh,
sheet.
we're good.
I finally got some stickers from Campbell.
Oh hell yeah! So you have the
Yeah.
only JSC official microphone for podcasting?
Yeah, man.
What do you guys think of that?
I like it.
So do
So,
Man, to call like
I think he's like stepping up. Like he's taking elements of what he's done over the last like 2 or 3 years, and is like really stepping up what he's doing now. Trying out, he's always like tried different like poses compared to like what other people are doing.
he's been real quiet though. Like
He's been cooking it something up in the studio. That's what I feel about it.
Maybe, yeah. But this
His
guy can draw.
perspective is the way he does perspective is awesome, and her hair right here looks amazing. Looks
It
ethereal.
looks like smoke. It
Yeah.
looks like smoke.
Yeah.
Fucking beautiful cover.
Mama.
And that's just an open order variant.
I think isn't there incentive for it too?
Oh, there probably
the
is.
1 in 100 is that there's an Umberto Ramos 1 in 25. There's a 1 in 100 of the Delato, but no
Oh.
incentive of that unless they do like a second print 1 in 25. This is the 1 in 100 of it.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, for some reason I thought they were doing a virgin, but I guess there's always time for the second print.
It looks better with it. Why would you make that it looks
Yeah. Oh,
great
yeah,
with this. Get rid of the
I mean,
fucking barcode.
Oh, what they're gonna do with Marvel's Notorious, right? Do the zoom in where they make it enlarge it and turn it into a virgin or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you can turn this into a black and white.
Yeah, this is beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Mad Love's Comics Gallery's got I want to see what this looks like in hand. It's supposed to be like some holofoil, but that is beautiful. I mean, I get it. It's Psylocke. It's still fucking gorgeous. All right. Next, we've got a 1 in 25 for Batman Superman. It's kind of interesting. I like the art. I like the idea. It's upside down.
Yeah.
I like the concept.
Yeah.
The night and day.
Beautiful art too. Absolutely gorgeous. This 1 in 10 Christian Ward variant is amazing. I love Christian Ward art, and that is fantastic.
It's interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Benjamin,
cool.
number 2.
It's playing on the infinite image thing.
Yep. Sick. Torment. Go back to our Jay Stevens 1 in 10 homage variants.
She's like, is that the best you got?
I love Jay Stevens art, man. Jay Stevens, the reason I found Mark Spears Monsters Kickstarter.
Doc Joe, are you at Heroes?
So that's the last time you roll your eyes at me.
Doc Joe says, why aren't you bums at Heroes? Fortunately, it's on the other side of the country, man.
I'm saving up my money for San Diego.
Hell yeah.
I decided to say F it and just go. So I'm buying a plane ticket to Arizona, Bryan.
Good.
So that's back on plan.
Well, it looks like we found a place.
Okay.
So we'll talk about
Just
that.
let me know.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll talk about it afterwards.
All right.
I'd love to go to those.
Oh, bro, you got to go to San Diego one year.
I'd love to.
Plan
Yeah, just do it like plan it last minute. Fly out there and wish for the best.
if you decide to go to next year, James, just let us know, man. We'll get a place. We get an Airbnb. You can crash with us.
And not to downplay, but there's usually like 2 or 3 sources where we can get a ticket to get in.
Oh, cool.
Doc Joe says he had to skip Heroes this year. This week makes 30 years with my beautiful bride. We fly out next week for some R&R. Congratulations, Joe and
Congrats.
Mrs.
congrats.
Seaborn.
Nice.
Yeah. Shout out to, speaking of that, you guys, I didn't get a chance to say for that CBC Awards, there's a lot of great community members and people. And I want to say shout out to all the homies that have been with us since day one. Doc Joe has been a part of our content creating since day fucking one, man. Absolute day oneer. And he's a good guy. He's one of the, I love when we get to hang out. He's one of the people that I've made friends with by doing content, including these guys on here that make content being what it is you make these great friends. And Doc Joe is one of those people. So big shout out to Doc Joe. All right. Catacomb of Torment. This is the 1 in 50 Patricia Martin. It's badass.
It's definitely different, yeah.
Right? I like it. And then look at the 1 in 100. That's creepy.
Cool.
The Tormentor.
I like how she's. Is it the same character in all three of the heads?
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks like it, yeah.
That's even creepier. Because it looks like she killed the other two that were supposed to be in those bubbles.
Yeah. And then this is, remember that Cold Witch of the Shrouded collage, or however they say it? Let me get rid of these. How they had those cool variants, and they did like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, ice cream variant, old school. Now they're doing a drumstick one with a brain, a head brain.
Why do I feel like that's going to be expensive, bro?
It is.
Well,
you're right.
Or, would you say that this caused like a bunch of brain freeze?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it says on the cover, brain freeze flavor. See, this is why I need Mark Spears to read to me.
Yeah. That's a dope cover right there. So that'll be a big book. Remember, you guys, these are all on FOC. So if you see something you like, you have the chance to call your shop or do something with your online retailer to pick these up.
Is that the brain guy from Invincible? That's what KATCG is saying.
Is it?
I don't know. I mean, it's an Image book. Is it a Skybound book though?
No, it's Charles Soule and Will Sliney.
Oh. Maybe he's just saying it looks like that brain guy.
Looks like shit on a stick.
Darkstalker's variants.
Tell it how it is.
Darkstalker variants always sell well. This is a 1 in 5. So that'll probably be a book to make some money off of.
With a crossover of Street Fighter? No way. That's never going to make money.
What's that Dread the Hall?
That's the one.
Number 1.
That's the one that has that Maria Wolf variant that we talked about.
Yeah.
It's about San Diego Comic-Con.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Dread the Hall H.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
but
look at the Maria Wolf
in the line.
This is the Maria Wolf variant for it.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that's really badass.
I like how she has one of her covers as a 9/8.
Yeah.
Side book. That's pretty cool.
You have the 1 in 100 of Prison.
What's the differences?
No color, a little bit of color it looks like.
In the trade, that little trade thing.
Look at the 1 in 50 G.I. Joe. I don't know if I like it or I don't.
Who's it by?
Ito variant. Just says cover artist Ito.
It's kind of like Prince.
Like a painting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a painting. It looks like
the one name. What's your name? Ito.
She looks old. She looks like an old movie star.
Oh yeah.
AJ.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. All the Dynamite stuff, especially the Mark Spears Demona. Make sure you guys, if you ordered some, you want to reorder those. All right, here's the 1 in 10 for that Ghost Pepper hood.
Oh. And put up the Dr. Afra.
I don't know why, but I like this one.
She's the same height as me. I'm tiny.
Man. That's a good cover. I don't know why, but I like it. All right.
It's giving me like Borderland vibes, you know, like the
Yeah.
cell shading.
All right, here's that Helen Mask artist that's doing all those framed variants. This is the 1 in 25 of Catwoman. I like that. You don't like that?
It's a bit stuffy, you know what I mean? Like it's a bit.
Too
If
much?
someone had that hanging on the wall, you would think they were snobby and rich, right?
Yeah. But I think that's the point, right?
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but at the same time, like, who's that appealing to?
I don't know. I think people will be wanting to get the whole set. You know, we'll see though.
Yeah.
This is a unique blind bag variant for Heat Seeker Exposed.
They do their blind bags interesting because there could be like 50 different variants in those bags.
Really?
Yeah, because they do subtle differences, right? Like this one, she's holding a pistol. You know, the next one, a shotgun could be pointing at her. She could be wearing like a black top. You know,
Yeah.
blue heels. I think that's the same. If I'm thinking of the same publisher and title, I think they've done that before in the past.
Titan.
Correct me if I'm wrong, chat.
The 1 in 5 Derek Chu variant. I like this. Showing his cover art a little bit. His cover work. You can
That's
see
cool.
it's very.
That's
Mama.
a major underboob.
Yeah.
Mama. Thanks,
And then
MJ.
Here's the finished.
Oh, I like the black and white, bro.
Yeah.
I think you have to have both, though.
Here's the finish.
Nah,
Here's another one of the finished.
There's 3. There's 3 different
There's
versions.
3.
Like you said, it could all be changed. Here you go. Here's the difference on that one.
Oh, is that the same cover for the blind bag?
Yep.
Mm.
Look at
Oh,
this
yeah.
weird cover for Herculoids by Linsner, man. Linsner's been on fire lately, but this cover is kind of crazy weird. Hold on. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. There we go.
Bryan, your tabs are giving me severe anxiety.
Look at that.
You should never see what his market report tabs look like.
What are those things, dude? What are those cocks coming out of the water? What the
Those
fuck?
are the
dude?
little things from Herculoid, bro.
Hood, if your cock looks like that, you might want to go and get looked at.
Yeah, brother.
Has eyeballs. I gotta see where I'm going.
All right. Battle Beast. Here's the 1 in 25 for Battle Beast. It's cool.
That looks cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 in 50. That's cool too.
Yeah.
Nice little homage. 1 in 100 by Beasley.
Man,
pretty
that's
dope.
good, dude.
Right?
Yeah, that's cool.
That is fantastic.
His eyes, man. Eyes are cool.
Yeah. Oh, this is a really good Iron Man Jim Mahfood variant. If you're a Jim Mahfood fan, I like this a lot. I just hate the trade dress. This is one where the trade dress ruins it. That would look so
Yeah.
good as a Mondo print.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
It's Jeff has a where she's reading the comic, a comic. Gwenpool. And then Here's another one, Hood. Here you go.
Bro, what's up? Oh, all these chicks going to jail, bro.
Right? It's ridiculous, dude. I hate that I got to keep doing this. All right. That's we're getting back into the mugshot covers, you guys. They're back.
Show that crypto, dude. Where you going?
Oh,
Go back up.
Oh, this one right here?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah,
oh yeah, look at that, bro. You saw a dog flying outside?
De La Torre. Nothing really crazy here. Oh, Monsters, we talked about those. Mercy Sparks, we talked about those.
Look at that Nightwing cover, dude.
This one right here.
No, not that one.
Ooh, yeah, that looks good. Look at that.
Oh, the one that Nightwing's done. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that is really good.
That's a great cover.
Yeah. Good call. And then the Psylocke, which we talked about. I like this one too. This is a good Psylocke cover. This is the open order variant, the retro variant.
Yeah, that's cool.
That does look good.
And then we have the Red Sonja stuff, Red Coat. Oh, look at this Sonic 1 in 25. This is going to be a hit too. A four drain 1 in 25. So that'll be a big book. Space Ghost, you got all the Space Ghost reorders. The Afra we talked about. This Storm is a 1 in 25 is okay. I like the design. Kind of reminds me of like an updated David Max kind of design.
Yeah. You can see it with the background.
Yeah. Some good. Oh, the freaking Adam Hughes. Everybody's going crazy for this Adam Hughes. Did you guys see this?
Yeah, it's good.
It is good.
It's that dark line that he uses, man. That really thick dark line really pops. This is the 1 in 500 for that book. It's a sketch. It's a convention sketch.
Yeah.
That's not. When I first saw that, I was like, dude, is that real? All right, Thundercats. There's a ton of Thundercats covers out this week. Vampirella has some good covers that we talked about. The Mark Spears one, which is fucking beautiful. Like this in a foil. It depends on how good the foil looks, but
yeah,
that in a foil. Oh my lord. Same with the red one right there. It's beautiful.
There's a World's Finest. Did you pass it?
World's Finest.
We saw the World's Finest.
No. Oh, you're under variants, right, Brian?
Yeah. Look at this one.
Type in.
Look at this one
after this.
Look at this one right here. 1 in 25 Wonder Woman.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right, Hood. World's Finest.
Yeah. Before I go to bed.
Which one?
The
32.
It's like the actor who plays Superman.
Oh yeah, David Cornsweet.
Okay, hold on.
I did see that actually. Yeah.
Is it on FOC?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Here we go.
It was right next to the one where you clicked on earlier, I think.
Must not be under World's Finest.
Let's see.
Hold on, let me go back here.
It's Batman Superman World's Finest, number 41.
I got you. Batman Superman World's Finest. Ooh. Oh.
Not
That's
that
a good one too. That's really good. Okay, which one? This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, dude. Look at that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
That'll
gonna
be a good
dude,
signature
I
book.
think that'll be a big book if the movie's great.
Yeah, that'll be a good book. Here's okay, before you go to bed, Hood, before we call it a night, what is your thoughts on the movie coming out? Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It feels blockbuster. You know what I mean? And so does Fantastic Four. Like it feels expensive. Like you're gonna have an experience at the movies. Like it feels that way. Now, I'm sure people will probably have a problem with it. Like I want to be able to go to the movies again and see a spectacle on the screen and just be able to escape and just feel good about leaving the theater. Like, and know what James Gunn does, man? He's a great director. Like his shit is fun. Like it's funny. I think he's going to be able to balance both. So just like Guardians of the Galaxy, you'll get some serious and then you'll get some funny shit in there. But man, it feels like a blockbuster. Like, and we haven't had a legitimate blockbuster in a long time, man. Like there's films that make you think it's a blockbuster, but it really isn't. You know, it's bullshit. This feels like it's going to be one of those movies that people will see it, will say it's good, and then their friends will go see it, and then I just have a feeling it's going to make a lot of fucking money, man.
I hope so, dude. I'm praying.
The only thing I'm scared about is how much advertising they're doing for it, right?
Yeah, there's too many trailers and too many TV spots for me.
Well, not only that, but like look at all the different promos things that they're doing. Right?
They know they have a hit. That's when you see everybody going all in, like with merch and stuff like that. They know people are going to go see this movie, and they already set the record for ticket sales in like one day, right? They broke Fantastic Four's record for one day. They broke Fandango or whatever.
I took my dad I took my dad out to
look
lunch the other day, and he goes, "Yeah, this is great because it was me and my brother, and we're taking him out to lunch." He's like, "The next time we got to do this is July 11th." And I go, "What for?" He goes, "We're gonna go see Superman."
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Of course,
I mean,
know.
Yeah.
But
that could be the effect of it too, though, right? That even your dad, like, who's probably seen some sort of advertisement, whether it's like the dog biscuit thing or the one of many popcorn buckets that's going to be put out there. Yeah. I think a lot of people are exposed to the advertisement that wouldn't have been otherwise.
I want it to be good. I'm willing it to be good. I'm hoping it's good. I'm not, but I can't. There's a part of me that says I've heard some things that are so stupid, and if they even if they do them, it's so dumb that I'm like, what is going on? Shout out to Painey, another one of our UK brothers. He said, "Hit the thumbs up, chat." Hell yeah, hit that thumbs up, please. It helps us a lot, you guys. I'm so worried. Like, first, if like Hood said, if they even think about doing something with that dog, dude, I'm out ski. I am the biggest pussy in the world when it comes to like dogs or animals being hurt in movies. I'll just turn them off. I'll walk away. I
do think that there will be like some heartstrings pulled in terms of maybe it gets beat up.
Yes.
And
bro,
Superman gets
hurt that dog, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's James Gunn. He loves animals, so
Yeah. But the other thing
Yeah, he
is,
didn't kill Rocket, man. And remember, I was all freaking out. They're gonna fuck up my boy.
I was 100% sure they were going to do that too. I also heard some weird things about some monkeys that if that's the truth, and it sounds so stupid, but supposedly it's been said that it's true, that people saw it. It's so dumb that if it happens, I'll get up and walk out if that happens too. I'll
think
just be
that's
like,
true,
no
man.
way.
nah.
I hope
No,
not.
no monkeys in this, man.
Yeah.
But you probably wouldn't leave if your dad and your brothers there.
He leaves his dad and brother.
he's so bad. You gotta take an Uber to go home.
I think they'll get up and walk out with me too, man. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Brian, where are you going?
It's like I said, if you can go and watch a film for 2.5 hours and it just takes you away from everything else, that's the experience you want, isn't it?
100%.
True. No.
100%.
Yeah, I think Blue Green has a great. He said Superman will be fun. He said Fantastic Four will be fun. Comic hardcore peeps need to leave their personal baggage in the lobby.
Yeah, it's hard to do that sometimes, though. It's hard to do that.
This is making my book go down in value.
I don't
So
think
I
it's
hate
as
the
much
movie.
about that. It's hard to
Nah, I'm just
separate
joking around.
yourself from something that you love and just go, I'm still going to be happy even if they fuck it up.
No, but here's the thing. Like Superman and Fantastic Four, there's been so much fucking garbage and bullshit movies. Like, nothing, dude. Like, if this has a hint of being good, people will just be like, holy shit, this is the greatest movie I ever fucking saw because of the crap. I mean, like, since Endgame, there hasn't like been that movie that just it feels blockbuster. Like you felt like, man, you got your money's worth. And as much as these movie ticket prices are, when you see a bad movie now, you're fucking pissed, dude. You're like, fuck. I've paid like $87 for a popcorn, dude. Like that movie better be like Fantastic Four. You're just fucking Galactus eating popcorn out of it, and you paid like $200 or whatever. That movie better be fucking good, and that popcorn better taste like fucking filet mignon, dude.
Did you see the Fantastic Four popcorn bucket?
Yeah.
The Galactus head?
No, but there's another one I think for
Mr.
Fantastic. Did you see that one?
The Mr. Fantastic.
No.
Let's see if I can.
How'd they
find
make
it.
that?
Is it a real one or is it a fake one?
Is it
But
fake?
as you're pulling this up, because I saw it earlier, because they might recall it probably at this point. But I think both these titles are very important, right? Fantastic Four and Superman, like these are like those two titles, like are the trend starters for like Marvel and DC, right? So anytime they're doing these movies, it's I feel like it's either like a reset or like
I'm with you on that, E.
But-
Yeah.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Yeah. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Bro, is that
Real
Are you
quick,
buying one?
I got a couple of San Diego Comic-Con things. This is going to be a shirt from Kid Robot. It's pretty
Oh, tight.
badass. Yeah, right? Because you know that they did that toy and it glows in the dark.
Oh yeah, the hand for the Santa
Yeah.
Cruz stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty sweet. And then there was also.
I hope it's not one of those. I hope that's not one of those booths you have to get like a ticket ahead of time.
Yeah, yeah. Did you guys see?
Are they?
I don't know. That's a great question. This was also interesting. John Berthal is going to be in Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
Mm.
Hell yeah.
Interesting.
I did hear that.
I did not hear that.
Yeah, a swag covered it, I think.
Okay.
And finally, that's what brings us to our final story. Have you guys seen the PSA grading standards?
Yeah,
I have.
What do you guys think?
I'm surprised that they budged on changing their label because it's so uniformed to all their other labels. But I guess they were taking a lot of the criticism from comic fans, right? Like the grade size wasn't big enough. I don't I don't particularly dislike the label like a lot of other people, but I mean, I think trying to compare PSA versus CGC is probably the bigger mistake that a lot of people are making. I think a better comparison would be CBCS versus PSA, right? Because they're the new kids on the block. Which one's gonna do better? Which is a classic battle, Beckett versus PSA. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
I think it's because the difference between a card and a comic, there's a lot more information that goes with a comic. With a card, it's just, what set it's come from, how rare it is, and whatever.
Yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, the grade definitions, here's the grading definitions. So it's basically the same as CGC.
Hey, they got a 0.3.
They do.
I'm in, dude.
Right?
CBCS has a 0.3 too.
Oh, they do? I've never seen one.
So it says this grade
does come up
reflects
very often.
incomplete.
I'm going to
book.
look up 0.3s, dude.
Most often, this is a coverless book that may be complete or incomplete. It might be missing wraps, pages, or staples. Page quality is very low from brittle to white. So there's that.
Book gets fucked up.
Yeah. A 0.5. This book will have major defects, which include larger tears, heavy creases, abrasions, severe stains to the point where cover ink is gone. Story and ad pages may be missing. Interior page panels and or coupons can be missing. Excessive tape may be present. This could include an otherwise high grade book that has missing story pages or missing front back cover. So you guys know like the kind of idea that they're going with. You get an idea. But let's go up here. PSA 10. A PSA 10 is a truly remarkable book that is virtually perfect. It will have sharp corners with no visible stress or wear, no spine stress that breaks color, no edge wear, full gloss if the book was manufactured with glossy surface, and bright colors. This book will have white pages. So there's your PSA 10, right? My question is, doesn't CGC not grade the bindery tears that happen? They don't count those. Is PSA going to count bindery tears on the corners?
Oh, where it's like miscut slightly,
and has that little flap, that tiny little flap.
I mean, I would assume so, since it's like card grading company, right? They're looking for those corner edges.
Yeah,
like surface. I mean, they're big on surface too, so it makes sense when it says it's a full gloss cover that has to have full gloss.
I always told people, like, when you're grading your own book, like, grade it like a baseball card. And if your corners are sharp and like a baseball card, chances are you have a 9.8, right? So now you're sending your books to a grading company that grade it like a fucking baseball card, bro.
Yeah.
They aren't doing a 9.9. Good. Get rid of the 9.9s, right? So there you go. No more 9.9s.
Well, like you could literally tell the difference between 9.9 and 10 anyways.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. A PSA 9.8 book will have sharp corners but can have very minimal wear, very minor spine stress, or perhaps very minor edge wear. It will have excellent gloss if the book has gloss and deep colors. Page quality is almost always off-white to white or better, but there are some exceptions. If the book is virtually perfect overall, small arrival dates and pedigree codes are allowed.
You know what it should have? At the very end, kind of like a 9.6. Kinda.
Speaking of a 9.6, a PSA 9.6 book will have sharp corners but can have very minimal wear, minor spine stress, few color breaks, scuffs, perhaps very minor edge or tiny corner wear, excellent gloss if the book was manufactured with a glossy surface, and deep colors. Paper is supple and most often like new, although page quality can fall in a range of cream to off-white to white. Arrival dates and pedigrees codes are allowed. Distributor markings are allowed with minor overspray. So in a PSA 10, you can't have date stamps on it. That's interesting.
But, I mean, but how often are you gonna run into a Silver Age book with a date stamp that's gonna get a 10?
I get it, but you never know when somebody's gonna find a Promise collection.
That's true.
Do you think the interesting thing will be if when it finally goes live, people compare the grading? So, like, if they get a 9.6 with
'Cause
CGC,
people make content.
crack.
It's gonna be a thing, man.
I mean, that's how
I'm gonna crack
economics
it
and
open.
comics. I mean, that's how economics and comics got really big too,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Billy. Yep.
Yeah,
That was
so
his biggest video. That's-
Sent
yeah.
the exact same book, no press or clean in between any of
Great
them.
video.
Yeah, and then like even what was that Overstreet? They had an article about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, CGC went to Billy's house. Hey, I want to talk to you, bro.
That would be he would be a good
Brian,
person to talk to, man.
Can you scroll up a little bit where it says PSA 10 and because I know it says grades and stuff like that where it's like near. I mean, so someone asked, is a PSA 10 equivalent of a CGC 9.8? I would say no, because if you look at the word grading definitions, a PSA 10 would be equivalent to a CGC 10.
Yes.
And the 9.8 is equivalent to a 9.8 because a 9.8 in CGC standards is also a near mint plus / mint book.
Yep.
So I would say they're equivalents in that
They're just getting rid of the 9.9, right?
Yeah.
They're just getting rid of 9.9. But here's the question: does CGC start putting out more 9.9s instead of 9.8s now?
Ooh.
They already are.
Yeah, they
Great
started
point.
that, wasn't it? Like last year, was it?
Yep. But I can
After
see
the-
even more now. Like they're like, fuck PSA getting in on a turf. We're just gonna make more 9.9s, and people want the higher numbers.
They're gonna make 9.7s and 9.9s, dude. and 11s, a 10.5.
I
This
wish-
is the first 10.5. in
I
the
wish the
history of
grading
comic
companies would just get together and go, "Hey, let's just do the same fucking grading," and it'll never happen. But you know, it'd be nice.
That'd be funny if PSA for the first year, $10. I don't care what book it is, $10. Let's see what happens, bro. Fucking it'll be fuck.
Listen to this. OJ Pimpson says Bry's Comics claims PSA offered him thousands to promote them in addition to hundreds of free books graded. Makes me wonder how influencers who are pushing PSA grades are cashing checks. Very interesting. Very interesting. What I will say is this. PSA is definitely reaching out to quote unquote influencers. I don't know if they're offering to grade hundreds of books for free. I don't think that's the case. I know that they said that they would, do a beta testing on like their grading services. So they reached out to like not just influencers, also like Dennis Barger from Wonderworld. He's sending in a ton of books, like 200 plus major keys that our boy Red Hood helped press to PSA on its first go. I know a bunch of people that are sending in like 5 books just to test it out, but they aren't doing it all for free. I think they probably said that they would do like 1 to 5 books for free to the people that they reached out to. Like, I know that they reached out to Swag. They reached out to Northeast Ohio Sports Cards, Neo, because he's such a big card guy. They reached out to a couple of the retailers that I know about that are big retailers and longtime retailers like Dennis at Wonderworld. And I know a couple other guys that are doing stuff with them, but I don't think that they're saying to grade hundreds of books. Sounds like maybe Bry's Comics wanted them to grade hundreds of books for free, and they said no, and he's got sour grapes. But who knows? Who knows?
I guess Bry thought I was PSA when I was just joking when I said that I would give him free grading for promoting.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just
playing. So you're the page that's PSA Comics on Instagram, then?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was following that Instagram account, and then I was realizing I don't think it's actually really PSA Comics.
Well, it's going to be interesting because here's the main thing. The card people are going to come out in mass. The card people that have their Amazing Spider-Man 300 CGC 9.8 sitting on their shelf is going to go next to all their PSA 10s is going to go, man, that CGC 9.8 would look good in a PSA label as a 10. You know what I mean? If it's a 9.8, I'm going to send it to a 10. So
do you know what will be interesting as well? Do you know with the Courtyard?
let's talk about that real quick. Thank you to our boy MJ for getting us hooked on Courtyard IO. Bro, that was an amazing video. Has that video took off for you?
So it like really like slowed down, and I think it might be because it's kind of technically gambling.
Yeah.
And then like it got like a few extra hundred. I think it's like I think it's like 500 views now. But
Oh, dude, that should be at thousands of views. You need to make that a short, man. Make that a short.
yeah, I
put
think
that
I'm
out.
gonna do something with it. Yeah. But I think the interesting thing will be, because obviously CGC have got like a partnership with Courtyard at the moment. Obviously, when PSA start grading comics, they could technically go in there, or because the PSA cards are already in the vending machines.
Right.
So,
Well, yeah, because I've been doing business with PSA for cards,
Yeah.
like Pokemon and sports cards for what, easily 5 years, right? Or something like that, if not longer. Or
Buy it!
shorter.
Look what was
Yeah, buy
just
a pack,
pulled.
Brian.
Yeah, right.
Buy
Look
it!
what was, so here's what was just pulled over at that vending machine. Somebody pulled a 9.6 Godzilla, a Batman 1 Capullo 9.8, an Amazing Spider-Man 306 9.8, an X-Men 96 9.4, a Fantastic Four 76 9.2, a 9.8 New Mutants Annual, Spider-Gwen Annual 9.8. This guy, look at this guy. This guy's just been buying left and right. I mean,
Mythical
look,
Goblin. Yeah,
That's
I think
a
you've got
1 in 100. The Jihan Lee Spider Gwen.
9.8.
Yeah.
And you could just sell it. Look at that 9.4 on that. You just
Do
resell
you,
these.
do you think Mythical Goblin is either like super rich, or like he bought a pack and got like a $40,000 card or comic, and then is just played
He's
it
just
down,
ripping,
obviously.
just
Just
ripping them
ripping.
all. I don't know.
Well, he
a little
ripped
bit
this
of
one. He
all.
got 122 backs for this one. That's a great
That's a
question. I
great
wish I
one as
could.
well.
I wish I could click on like a user and see all of their buybacks and everything. Right?
Can
You can.
you can? I think. Yeah. So if you click on Mythical Goblin, click on his name, and then click activity.
Oh yes. Look at this.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
Let's see what his
See.
big. Look at all these.
He buys cards as well. Look.
Look at all this. He got $1,000 on this one. He got is that a Charizard? No.
Yeah.
Lance's
it's
Charizard
yeah.
first edition he got $1,000 buyback on it. Was that $1,000 buyback? Or no, he pulled that.
And he sold it for $540.
He sold it for $540. He bought in for $1,000 and sold it for $540.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Maybe
Yeah.
On a lot of
maybe
$1,000
he's
packs,
like
isn't
he
it?
hits something so big, and then it doesn't matter what he buys, whatever he
Yeah.
buys, and then he gets some sort of return back for it because he's chasing after whatever. Who
Yeah,
knows?
Yeah,
he
he's after something. Yeah.
He pulled this. He pulled the 3 Charizard.
Shadowless as well. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's kept that by the looks of it,
Yeah,
isn't
it
it?
looks like he kept that. Yeah. And then he bought another $1,000 pack and he pulled this and he sold it back for 623. And then it looks like he sold his Shadowless back for 540. And he bought another $1,000 pack and pulled that and bought it for 540. So this guy's just going. Okay, let's go to the comics. Here we go. So where's the first comic that he buys in at?
I think though, if you're buying a Pokemon pack for $1,000 and you're only getting 500 back, that's a big
Right.
big
This
loss,
guy's just
isn't
been
it?
going crazy. Okay, so this is the first
Yeah.
pack he bought for 200. He pulled that. He kept it. Then he pulled that. He kept it. He pulled that. So he hit a bunch of them and he just kept going. And then he decided to sell them back. Let's see what he sold them back for. So he sold the Wolverine back for 90. It cost him 200. He sold the Ultimate Spider-Man 21 for 162. It cost him 200. He sold that for 122. It cost him 200. This is the only one so far he's made out on a Contest of Champions number 298 for 225. He lost 60 on that. So overall, he's down. He bought that for 200. 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 And then he sold that for 126. He sold that for 90. So he's down on everything.
I didn't realize you could get comics that the buyback was $90 off, or it was like you at least getting something for like $120.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels like he's just hit a stretch of bad luck. All right, let's go back. Let's look. Is there any more?
You know, when you EFAP'd that video mine the other day and you put the the voice playback speed up, I sounded absolutely horrendous.
Think how Sticky Goose feels when I turn him at 2 times speed, man. Holy cow! All right, let's see here.
The Sticky Goose would just be happy you're talking about him.
I know.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Batman 212. Who is this bought back?
Right,
This
cover.
is sold by Donuts. Okay, let's see what Donuts has bought. Activity. This is great. This is awesome. I mean, you could just make content off of this, right? So he bought that for 200 and he sold it for 135. 12
I like how
center.
there's transparency on this though too,
Yes.
right? That I mean, it's almost like steps of a blockchain, but not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the blockchain, right? Isn't
I
that
mean,
what they use?
but it's like physical items too, is what
Oh,
you're
I got
talking
you.
about. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, but it's not like I mean, you know,
So,
it
I
exists
take it-
online in a
yeah.
market until like someone pulls it out of that market
Look,
into their hands, right?
There's Clutch's book,
Where?
the 9/8.
Right there. Yeah, that is
Modern
Clutch's
Comic
book.
Mayhem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look how good that looks too. Like it looks really
is cool.
good like this.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people in the community that are doing giveaways for it. So Gem Mint are doing a giveaway, and Phil Nerdy. Is
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well as-
yeah. One true nerd king. Shout out to Phil. I saw Phil's video. I didn't see what he pulled, but I saw he did one. But yeah, Justin Shannon is probably playing with a stolen credit card. Yeah, it is gambling. This is gonna be totally, looked at in the next coming months. Everybody's gonna be doing content on it. You're gonna see now everybody talking about this in the content world. So just be ready for it. I hope you guys are.
I mean, it's kind of interesting to see this because in comics, because Cards has been doing it for a while. Like Arena Club exists. They've done the same thing for I don't know how many years. Fanatics Live is starting to do the card thing too as well.
Yeah. Has anyone ever done like the raffles in the past on like Instagram and
Razzes.
Facebook?
Yeah, totally.
Razzes.
I've done it in like a couple Discord groups. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna name the groups. So
Yeah, isn't that what Jem's PayPal got shut down for back in the day because he got caught doing razzes, right?
yeah, but his situation was a bit different too because he was taking friends and family payments.
Oh, I got you. That was the first time I
So-
ever remember hearing about Gem Mint was when that whole shit went down.
Yeah, so I mean, they like withheld his money
Yeah, they
until
fucked him.
his like YouTube army like chased after PayPal or whatever, or
Good.
however he got it back.
Yeah. Another quick story, couple stories. Kevin Smith to write Daredevil for Green Lantern crossover. Did you guys see this?
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
They're doing
Seems
it.
like Andy Kubert as well. No.
Oh, that's cool.
Let's see here. Yep, Kubert. Yep.
That's some pretty big names on that.
So they're doing all these
Sentinels.
different crossovers now because of Batman Deadpool. They're doing this. They're doing a Jeff the Landshark crypto crossover. So
That's kind of cool.
look at that cover. I didn't realize how good that looks with the background and everything. This looks great like this. It looks shitty, as a wraparound, but it looks really good like this.
Oh, for the full
Yeah.
image.
Yeah, man. I love backgrounds like this. Obviously, you see them in all my fucking thumbnails, but I love backgrounds like this. The graffiti style background.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also Marvel Comics. Here you guys go. You ready? Marvel continues to shit on all their fans. Marvel Comics continues to retread old ground, announces yet another evil Peter Parker plot for Amazing Spider-Man. So Spider-Man is going to split into two. Peter Parker is going to split into two. You're going to have a good guy and a bad guy, and one guy's going to have the cosmic powers, it looks like. So,
Well, at least it's not a clone, I guess.
Well, I was going to say they've already ruined Scarlet Spider, so
yeah. They've oh my God. It really is sad. It's like, what are you thinking? I got to read the new issue of Gwenpool to see if it continues to be good, but again, this is what it feels like. It feels like more just silliness. I was explaining to somebody the other day about how the comic book publishing world is just the two big companies are just on the verge of calling it a day. I feel so. Just start farming properties out, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Here's
I
the
mean,
cover.
this could be their time to move to a digital only environment.
Well, they are doing that, bro. There's supposed to be a new quote unquote comicsology killer coming out that's working with the big publishers to do a digital comic book thing from the guys who did Comixology originally.
I mean, to honestly, for any like publisher to win this like race to digital or whatever, they just need to team up with Amazon. Whoever teams up with Amazon first and like does it successfully is going to win the digital comic wars.
Yeah. Chip
I mean,
Mosher over at Distillery, right? Is that who's doing it?
I mean, that's just my honest opinion, because like you already have the device like a Kindle, right?
Yeah.
How hard would it be to put colored images on a Kindle? Because don't certain Kindles already run like Android operating system and have color pages?
Yep.
So half your battle there is done right there. The hardware already exists.
All right, and then this is you'll like this. This is yesterday's. Talked about some of the exclusives they're gonna have at San Diego. That's a kind of cool pin right there.
Is that a DS?
Yeah.
Do you know what I also realized? I already pre-ordered something from them to pick up at the con too,
This
as well.
cool.
And I don't think other people can pick it up for me.
That meme where it's the Street Fighter scene plays part where you have to break all the cars. And
That's
then,
funny, and it's on a Cybertruck.
Yeah, it's on a Cybertruck.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. But look at this. Hold on here.
Yep, that's what
cool.
That's what I already pre-ordered.
Yeah.
Killing Joke homage, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if you know any of my history of Killing Joke collections, and I'm a huge Misfits fan, so I was already on day one.
Ye, James. Made for ye.
Sorry, what did you say? Sorry.
Huh?
Did you say Jack? Sorry, did you?
Yeah, I said this shirt is made for ye.
I was going to say, yeah, it looks like it's custom made for you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, as soon as I saw the pre-order, like, I was like, pick up at con, because I was like, I already knew back then I was going to be there, and then I'm stoked because it always comes with a card. So this was last year's. It was the Misfits one, and then we also had the Savetta one. So
cool.
Or the Spawn one, and then yeah.
By the way, you guys, big news for Sveta coming up. In a few weeks, we will be talking about that. So more information on that soon. For everybody that's going to San Diego, that's a Sveta fan. It wouldn't be. Sveta is not coming to San Diego, but it's a nice little thing for San Diego that we're going to be talking about, and there'll be Sveta stuff available there. But we're not going to get into it yet. We can get that more towards San Diego. And shout out to Adam over at Comics Boards Inc.'s the rep for her here in the States. He's going to come on, and we're going to talk about Sveta in San Diego. So good shit. All right. James, you got anything coming up this week? Anything special on the site? You going to be interviewing anybody?
Yes, I've got interviewing the Immortal Biggie Shack on Saturday.
Yeah,
oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'll be learning. I've got a lot to learn about his. He's been on YouTube for a while, so that'd be interesting.
Yeah, he's been a long time on YouTube, man. He's an OG.
Yeah. So that'll be good. I'm looking forward to that. I'm starting a new podcasting with Manu, the 9.9 newsstand.
Awesome.
Whenever he's available and our schedules align, we'll just be hanging out, shooting the shit, talking about what's going on.
Bro, I couldn't be more happy for you. I think that's one guy that we need more content from. So to see you teaming up with them and to bring us some type of content from 99 Newsstand, I think is that's a hit. Congratulations. That'll be fun.
Yeah, we were supposed to do something last week, but he was he was just too busy. But no, I love Manu. He's one of my favorite people, and I always ask him. He needs to do a YouTube channel or something like that, but He's
Yeah.
no, but that will be coming soon. And trying to think anything else. I've got a load of stuff just sat in boxes there that I've not unboxed yet. I haven't even checked if it's actually in there, but that's about it. It could be all damaged. You know what I mean? That's the problem doing the content.
Yes. Yep. I have that problem where I actually got something that was damaged the other day that I gotta reach out to the seller and say, hey, what, this is damaged. Literally looked like it had somebody that just took like a knife and just hit it really hard, or like a ballpoint ping like hammer and just hit it really hard. There's like a hole in it. Yeah. So
like a brand new book?
Yeah, but no, there was a hole in the Gemini, and then the brand new book in it got hit, but it didn't put a hole in the book, but it crunched the book, where it got hit. So
sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, like what they used to do at the postal office to check for packages to see if they had drugs.
Yee, you got any shows coming up? You got anything? I know you got you were just you had a show last week, right? Last week.
Oh, with the band, or
Yeah. You had a show a week ago.
2 weeks. I think it was last time I was on.
2 weeks ago.
I think it was 2 weeks ago because I was in Corpus and I came and I was back in Houston in time for the end of this podcast. I think the band is playing, I think, a month from now, July 21st, that Sunday before San Diego. So that's the only reason why I'm delaying flying out to Arizona, because I know I'm flying out that Monday, so I'm playing that Sunday in Houston. And then long story short, it's coming back this Thursday on Nearing Nirvana, because I know a couple weeks ago we were on Mercenauts channel when I couldn't make it.
Oh, okay.
And then Long Short was out of town this past week, and then I was on call. I had work stuff to do anyways, so yeah.
Work always takes first place. All right, you guys, eBay live sale tomorrow for me. I will have a bunch of slabs available and Walking Dead books and keys and major minor keys. We're counting down to San Diego, so I've been putting a lot of stuff on my store. You guys go check it out, beyondwednesdays.store. You guys can pick up the Beyond Wednesdays crew variant, the very first variant, grommets number 7, limited to 500. And then also just click eBay store and you'll see everything that I've been putting up on eBay. But here's what I want to tell you. I've sold quite a few things over the past couple of days where people have made offers on eBay, and I realized who they were, and I hit them up and I said, hey, I'm not going to, hit me up outside of eBay. So if you guys see anything on my store through eBay and you want to make me an offer outside of eBay, hit me up on IG, hit me up through YouTube, hit me up through the email somehow, and make an offer outside of eBay, and I'll probably take it. I sold a Batman 127 6.5 the other day for like $900, and I was happy with it because it was off eBay. I sold a Hack/14 8.0 for like $175 that I wanted $225 for, and I was happy with it because it was off eBay. So if there's anything that you guys want, I'll be putting up like 10 times more items on eBay over the next couple days. So if there is anything that you guys want on there, make sure you guys let me know, and make me an offer on there. Speaking of that, James just showed he also owns one of these. Look at that. A 9.4. Yours is a 9.6 though. So
yeah. Bro, yours, that's the only other one I've ever seen.
Really?
Like it's on. Yeah, yours is, yeah. That's pretty cool.
So for those of you guys that don't know, this was the Camelot Music Records variant. They did 4 variants for all the Spider-Man titles. I'll be putting up the other 2 slabbed also. That would be for sale.
Signed, are they all?
I don't think the other 2 are signed, but I'll check. I have multiples, and I also have all 4, I believe, still in the bag with the tapes. So if that's
let me know what the graded ones are, because I'm after
okay.
I'm after some.
I will, for sure. So there you guys go.
This is funny. Derek's willing to give you a good deal. $20 per long box.
Alex says, wait, I'll buy it for $1 a pound. So there you guys go. The link is in the bio, as well as is Yee's band link. Go check out Yee's band, who are not mid or whatever the guy said about them. So
This is actually a PSA 9.8. So
nice.
Oh, and we did relaunch our King of the Hill Hank Hill shirts again. So this is the third iteration, and it'll probably be the last one.
Not
So,
bad. Not bad at all. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, you guys. Walking Dead sale tomorrow. Come help fund the San Diego trip. If you guys see anything that you like on the store through eBay, hit me up outside of eBay, make me an offer, and pay for our Airbnb in San Diego that I'm about to tell you about backstage. Adios.